There we go. All right, who's bleeping? Hello, we are live. Good morning. Welcome to the Flory Model Live Saturday Build Along Show. Ta-da! Everyone bright-eyed and bushy-tailed?
Yeah.
Look, Radio Dude is in, and so's Travis, and so's Pete. What I'm going to do is, because obviously we're just doing the normal one, let me put the chat up on this one. I'll get the chat on the big one. Where are we? Hello to the Flory family. Who's online? We've got Andy, Archie, David, John, Kenny, Krista, Lee, Matt, Nathan, Nigel, Paul, Rob, Scott. That's me this time bleeping. Hold on, turn that off as well. And another Scott. Good morning. Welcome to the morning crew. Oh, and Richard, who's just come in. And Bernie. Morning, everybody. Well, I trust you're all doing very well and had a good week. Excuse me. Yep. I'm full of coffee still. Or not enough, one or the other. How are we doing this morning?
We're all
good,
good,
guys?
Yes,
fine, thanks.
Very well.
Very well. That's good. And everyone, look, everyone's piling in now. So hello to Sweden, to France, to Jeff, to everyone. So yes, hello to Radioactive. And Paul. Look, everyone's piling in. There we go.
Cool.
Look, Paul's on the bourbon. I take it Paul's somewhere later than we are then, or very earlier.
I think he's in Australia, Paul.
Is he? That might make sense more than obviously, perhaps you might need some help else.
No, not a bad way to start the day.
Well, that's it. If that's what you want on your cornflakes or your bran flakes. So, yes.
It's the weekend.
That's it, definitely. Oh, look, and locals. We've got Somerset is in. Germany's in. The Emerald Isles are in. So, very nice. Anyway, good morning to everybody. We trust you're all doing very well. As I say, it is our sort of build show. So, as I say, it's purely chit-chat and comment and various bits and pieces. Like we always say on these shows, if we don't, not looking at the screens to keep an eye on chat, don't take offence. It's not that we're not answering you or anything else like that. It's just we're a little bit more heads down in here today. So anyway, I'm going to be carrying on with the Airfix Lightning, which we painted obviously last time. So I'm going to be decaling and giving a bit of a whirl with that. Nathan, what are you up to?
I haven't decided yet. I should really carry on decaling this thing, but after 5 hours on it, I need a break.
Yes.
I'm stenciling an F4, which, oh my gosh.
Yes, that's fun.
Yeah.
Has it got all the stencils for it, or are you just, winging it a bit?
I have got a stencil set.
Ooh.
So
let me see if I've got you a proper camera here. Hold on, that's Matt. That's Andy. Where are you? There we go.
It's not too bad, to be honest, but see all the grey splotches are blocks of stencils.
Oh, that's all right then. It's not every single one then.
I don't have to put them all on separately, but it's a bit of a mission working my way around it. But I think I might pick something new and start something new.
Very nice. Were Germany known for perhaps not having all the stencils, perhaps painting over the ones that they didn't matter, like a lot of countries did, or did they keep every single stencil on it?
Given that this is an air dock decal sheet made in Germany, I'm thinking it's right. But it's basically got an essay on it.
Right.
Just covered in decals. But I think for my own sanity, I might just do something else this morning.
Oh, right, okay. Because we know the Japanese, obviously, theirs were probably the only country I know that kept every single last one, sort of, for everyone that had on a, any type of information sheet and all the rest of it, they kept it. Some of the other countries, they didn't bother as much. But I didn't know if Germany was a bit like that, or,
I think this is the initial scheme. So
nice.
Maybe just for the initial scheme, I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot of decals there.
Are the stencils in German or in English?
Some of them are in German, and some of them are in English by the looks of it.
None in Welsh then?
Some of it is definitely in English, but the decals are so tiny it's hard to tell. There's definitely little bits of German on there.
Because some of our aircraft that were over in Germany had some German stencils on, didn't they?
Yeah.
For that, the ejector seat bits and what have you.
Yeah, and that's what our do as well. They have Welsh.
Welsh?
Yeah, on the Hawk T2s, isn't it? And T1s, they have got Welsh on the ejector
Actually, yeah,
ones, isn't it?
that,
Because we saw that and we was like, has somebody misspelt that, or is that in Welsh? And apparently it's just in case they come down and a farmer finds them or something. It's in Welsh, which is a bit unique. especially when it needs to be this long just to put the word in. Drop some consonants and vowels. It's you've got 30 seconds to figure out what it says. So yes, that they do, but no, definitely. Anyway, Andy, what are you working on?
I'm currently working on my ZSU 57-2. I know that because I've got it written down here.
Yes.
And I'm at the moment working on the turret bit, which I've just had a look on the instructions, and just for doing the turret and the gun is 12 pages on the instructions.
Nice. Well, that's all right. As long as it's clearly laid out, you'll be fine.
Well, yeah, it's fair. I hope it's better than the actual main tank was, because that was a bit of a nightmare. It looks like it was. I think the problem is that many different variants in the instructions when you do an actual main body of the tank. Tank? Is it a tank?
Kind of.
Anti-aircraft thing.
Got tracks.
Yeah, but yeah. There's that many different variants. It doesn't make it clear on the instructions which variant is for, which instructions are for which variant. But yeah, I think the gun's just the gun. So yeah, the gun and the turret. I don't think there's any differences on that. So yeah, should look nice when it's done.
Cool, very good.
He says, hopefully.
Hopefully. And Mr. Matt, what are you doing?
I am going to be, let me just stick my overhead on if it's working. Carrying on with my figures, I think. So, got my palette ready.
Oh, look, wet pallets out.
We're going to be doing some flesh.
Oh, very nice.
Flesh stones today, so we'll see how far. And then if I run out of patience doing that, I've brought in my own project, which is my Opel Panzerwerth for Weber 42. So it's Leary kit.
Very
and
nice.
I'm going to do some oil work. So I was up early.
Oh, look, it must have been.
Draining oil paint on my cardboard.
It's a bit like a candle. You can tell how long it's been on there by how much it's leached.
Yeah, it's a good couple of hours leaching out there. I tell you what, the bitumen, which I think's that one of them, I can't remember which one it is. That one. Don't know if I carry a lot of oil in it. Because I think there's bitumen Starship Filth, Shadow Brown, Raw Umber, and another one that I can't remember. Should have written it on here, really, shouldn't I? I was going to actually lay, sepia.
Sepia.
Yeah, sepia. Yeah, one of them sepia. So there you go. So we've got 100 shades of brown, basically.
Nice.
But we'll see. So yeah. So we'll see how we get on. But yeah, I'm going to concentrate on the figures because that's going to be. I don't know if you can see this. Look.
Oh, hold on.
I've started a base. I don't know if you can see it on that camera. It's a bit. Hold on, I'll pull it out a bit. There you go. That's what I was ordering the wood for the framing.
Oh, right, got you.
So the dudes, he hangs out of there, look.
Right.
He's going to be in the back hanging out there. And then Man with Pig.
Right.
We'll put some at talking to him. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And there's probably a couple more figures. So, yeah. I've been having my hot wire cutter out and all my bits and bobs. So,
cool.
Yes.
Very good. And hello to, obviously, the guys are all talking down in there and they're on ours as well. Is hello to everyone who's in Australia or lockdown anywhere you are. Because obviously they're in another lockdown down there again, aren't they? So we've got Sydney over this side. What have we got? We've got Brisbane down in there, all over it. So for tomorrow's people, as I call you, the people of the future, for those. So hello to those as well. So good job. So very nice. Right. Okay. So eyes down for a full house.
Oh, hold on. Before we start, can I do my unboxing?
Before you start, Matt,
I'm lost out.
before you do it, we're having bets on what we're getting in them because I did mine and I got this. And so I was a bit disappointed.
Where is he?
It was a bit of an understatement because...
Right, hold on. Let's just fill everyone into this. So Airfix, a lot of you know, that did a special mystery box last week. So obviously they're just trying to shift some old stock or stuff they've got a lot of. So you could basically, there was three options, wasn't it? There was the classics, there was obviously these ones here, and they're all set at different prices. And there was a naval one, wasn't it, or something?
No, there's a yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Anyway, everybody went out and bought them. A lot of the Flory membership did as well, and everyone was posting up in there as well about what they got and the different versions. And there seemed to be a bit of a series of them going through. It seemed to be like it was doing them in blocks because everyone was getting meteors and something else. A lot of people were getting, obviously, like we got down there, Viewfighter, and these, and a few other ones. But the big question is, what did Matt get? Because
Same as Andy, probably. So we have a look.
so
'cause
let's have a look.
I have actually had this over a week and not opened it. So
It is exactly the same box as well.
it's going to be the same because we ordered it at the same time. So
Mm.
don't be surprised. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Oh, guess what I've got under?
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Well, we can't see. This is the worst unboxing ever.
No, but hold on, because I ain't finished. So, here we go. We've got one of them. One of them.
Oh look!
And one of them.
Oh look! You all got the same. Brilliant. So there's an auction coming near you soon for a P40, the Provost, and the
You know what?
Viewfire.
I'm not building aircraft, but I do actually like that.
Yeah, that's out of the three. That's probably the only one I'd build.
Yeah, the others, yeah.
Well, the
not-
thing is, you could have got the Provost out of Audi for a couple of quid, couldn't you?
Well, I got about 10 of them. I got about 10 of those when they came out. So
Do you know something, Andy? I still can't find them decals you gave me. I have no idea what I've done with that set of decals at all, because they were quite good decals.
we had a nice set of extra decals that for Matt wanted to borrow them to do a scheme off them, and
I've lost them.
he lost them.
I have proper lost them.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, there you go.
So
that
anyway,
was-
so it's the worst mystery boxes we've ever had because everyone had the same.
Yeah.
They could just mix it up a little bit, would have been a bit more interesting. So
I think we ordered them too soon after one another, actually, when we did it. That's the problem. So, oh well, I would have preferred a Meteor, but there you go.
yes.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Right then, I'm painting. You lot can do what you want.
Said that. Not that I've already got a Meteor, and
Yeah, don't worry about it, David. David's saying about it here. He goes, he feels sorry, got the P40, the MiG, and the Meteor. That's what everybody else got. Literally,
Yeah.
it was only the two different ones through it, and they were giving obviously both lots on bulk. But we were sort of hoping to get a bit more of a, well, other things, but clearly not. They obviously just had a few of those.
Yeah.
So yes, that was the thing there.
Yeah. Well, they've got to get rid of stock, haven't they? So.
Apparently, the Bovington tank show is on. Model show
Is
at
it?
the Tank Museum, 4th and 5th, apparently.
Right.
See, don't get me wrong, it's a lovely show and it's a lovely venue. It's just a complete ball ache to get to.
yeah,
It's a bit
nothing
far
around it.
from everywhere, isn't it?
Because it's just completely out of the way, isn't it? Accommodation's a nightmare if you do want to stay over as well and all the rest of it. That's the downside to that show. Great show, great venue and all the rest of it, just a nightmare. Like a lot of people say, oh, it's just up the road from you. Yeah, but it still takes 2.5, 3 hours to get to because the roads are rubbish. And then when it's full of grockles, holiday makers as we call them, get stuck behind a couple of caravans, it can take weeks.
Still not been to that museum.
It's good. It's a good museum.
You've never been?
Have you never been? Oh, well, you have to go. It's a fantastic museum, don't get me wrong. It's just a nightmare to get to.
The thing is, you know what? If it was anywhere else in the country, it'd be brilliant. They need to move it.
Yeah,
problem is-
what, the entire museum? We're just...
Because it's part of the army base, though. Well, the grounds and surroundings are. There's not really many places you can have it, is there?
Not really.
Would the
I know what-
MOD actually own the land it's on?
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but what I'm trying to get at is they'd probably get a lot more visitors if it was more accessible.
Oh, definitely. It
I
would.
don't think they struggle for visitors, though, do they?
I don't know how casual visitors to get there. Like, I don't know.
The thing
Otherwise,
is, it is a full day out. If you're going to go, it's a full day out.
yeah.
Because there's nothing
not
else
like
there.
going to Cosford, is it? Where it's like a few motorways you're there,
Yeah, just off the motorway and you're in.
and you're right next to Telford. If you did want to stop,
Yeah, and even like the Fleet Air Arm Museum, you can just bong along the 303 straight off, and 2 seconds you're in. It's a nice easy road on and off to get to. But Bovington is stuck a little bit out of the way.
well, I mean, when we went to the show, did we stop in Weymouth or near enough? One.
Yeah, we was in Weymouth.
What,
Yeah,
half an hour drive
yeah,
away. Is it?
yeah, yeah. It's still not close.
Not great, is it?
yeah.
But hey, there you go.
Yeah.
What it is.
It is what it is. Yes. Right, so I'm decaling, so obviously we are going to be putting on not all of the said items. All the paintwork's done. I'm finished on this one now, so if you were with me last time we were doing this, we did all the metal-y colours down under here. Okay, so we're going to go straight in now and get the decals on, and then we can seal it down, and this will get a wash perhaps in the next show. So stencil data, it's not going to get all of them, I can tell you that now. And obviously for the markings on this one, we're going to be 92 Squadron. So as you probably gathered by the blueprint anyway, but that's the plan for me on this particular one.
And where were they based?
An airfield somewhere. I have no idea.
Research.
Hold on, they were at. Hold on. I can tell you. They were in Germany at somewhere called Gütersloh, wherever.
Gütersloh.
Is it Gütersloh?
I think so. I don't know.
In
Germans.
August 1972.
All right. On a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Good year.
Yeah.
Is that just before they painted them green then?
I presume so. Yeah. Weren't they painted green when they came back?
I think they painted all the German ones green after a while.
They did.
Think of that extra weight of all that paint.
What?
Well, it's the other way around, wasn't it? When they had the oil crisis back in the day, all the airlines took all the paint off the planes to save weight. So... Yes, apparently the marrow colour came about in 1973. Low level intercept rather than high.
That's probably about my
Thank you,
favourite
Chris.
scheme.
Imagine the lighting doing a low level interceptor, do you?
Really?
Yeah, the air show's just taking off and just disappearing in the clouds.
Well, the thing is, you imagine how much fuel a lightning must chew up at low level. Like high altitude, probably not so bad. If he's up at 30,000 feet, he's probably got a little bit of legs, but low level, he's probably got a radius of like 50 miles. That's about it.
True. But East Germany wasn't far away, was it?
Yeah, well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? At least he had to go far. Right, okay, so how am I going to go about this? So we're going to, I think we'll chuck down the walkways first and we get that nightmare out the road. Okay, so what ways? Should we do the bottom ones and we get them out of the way? Maybe do the bottom ones and then we'll work our way up, purely because they're on the edge of my sheet. Unfortunately, if I remember rightly, these are the decals that are really flat, aren't they?
Probably, yeah.
Isn't this when Airfix were doing the flat series, as I call them?
I think you're
Really
right.
dead flat finish.
I think you're going to be alright. I think we're in the cartograph era.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Those ones they did for a while though were literally dead flat, were a nightmare. It went from one extreme of like silvering and like glossy decals to complete opposite, that they were so dull. You had to try and bring them back a little bit. Right, a clean brush, and that's always a struggle round here.
So the camera.
I need more coffee. I've got proper sugar this morning.
It's me bloody. Oh.
Right.
Tell you what, I've not painted a figure for a good few weeks, and you can't half tell.
You got the shakes.
I have,
Yeah,
yeah. Normally, you just get like a bit of brush, you know, your muscle memory comes back, so you get a bit of control at a minute. Mine like sounds like this.
Look, I've got the perfect brush for you. Look, you need this one. Hold on, let me get a.
What is it?
look at the.
Anti-shade?
Look at the nice tip on this. Hold on, sorry, wrong one. Where's me? There we go.
Wrong one.
Look, you need this one. Look, it's like a proper broom handle. That's what you look at the point on that.
Oh my god.
Fantastic, that is, mate. Brilliant, bro. Is that one of them Italeri brushes?
Yeah.
Butchered.
What is
Right,
wrong with
so I'll
my
build a
setting?
tornado
Oh,
over a
there we
hurricane.
go. So yes, that's one of my better brushes.
I'd vote for the Hurricane because it's new and it's Bethesda. And it's clickbait.
Build a hurricane.
See what it's like. Nate's going to do a build review then.
Yes.
Do you reckon I could build it in one
Oh, do you know the 24 fucking DR1 that
Yeah.
turned up? Had a sneaky peek in the box.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar to a 30-second one.
Is it now?
Very similar.
As a surprise.
And it's supposed to be in it, so.
Yeah.
Can't find me brushes.
Hey?
Can't find any of me bloody brushes. I'm investing some new ones. I don't know where all my medium brushes have gone.
So was the 24th DR1 ever on Wings' radar, or was that just? Do you think this is just?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Or would they have eventually bought out the 24th version?
No.
The fans come for them, or is this just
I think it's just a Meng thing, isn't it?
Something thing.
Right. Get in here.
Just nice to not be stenciling an F4 Phantom. It's gonna be back to that this evening, I think.
How did York go, mate?
Day in York was fine. I think it's good.
What
Were you
time
there
did you get there?
About 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Did you?
Yeah.
Early one then.
Yeah. Well, that was nice. It was a nice afternoon in York, which should be the top of everybody's visit list when they come to the UK, I reckon.
Oh yeah, York's lovely.
York is nice?
I
Yeah.
like York, yeah.
So if you're going to do a trip to the UK from abroad, London, York and Edinburgh, I think would be a good.
I agree with you. Apart from cut the first one out.
Everybody wants to go and have tea with the Queen, though, don't they?
Well, yes, this is it. Got to do with the Queen. Buck House.
Little known fact, she invites everybody in.
Yes. Just say we sent you.
Yeah.
Actually, don't mention our name.
No. What was nice about York, you could tell there was some tourists in for the first time from overseas as well. I've not seen all for a while.
Was it busy?
It wasn't crazy busy, but
Oh, that's because normally you go down the shambles and it's just a nightmare.
I noticed there was a few American accents around, so I thought, ooh, it's nice to see some foreign tourists back in York. First time in ages.
Yeah. No, York's nice. Worth it. I haven't been for a while. It might wouldn't have a trip up here as it's not far from it.
Hmm. Yeah, so I want to come up because we want to go to see the train museum.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I tell you what, brilliant.
You
You ever been?
I have, yeah, years. I went a long time ago with me folks. I was a child. That was the only time. But I have promised I'd take Tams up because she wants to go up being an anorak. So
Yeah, got to be done, isn't it? It's good.
It is a really good museum, actually.
And then you can take it to the Jorvik Museum.
well, that's
Yeah.
well, we did that before, didn't we? But it was shut. Did
Yeah.
it flood?
It did.
The train museum
We
is
dodged that
it's
bullet.
like it's got to be the best train museum in the world, isn't it?
Well, yes. Because we did say we'd do that and then do Cadbury's World on the way home. Just to balance it up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is weird. Push fit kits, I don't know. Bit of a gap there. Put it underneath.
Yeah. You found a gap.
I might not be paying full attention to which part numbers I'm cutting off, so if I put them on the other wing, see if it's a better fit.
So I've got a decal, it's just a slight bit too long.
It's not that way around them.
So I'll be testing out my new scissors in a minute.
Tim's asking if Hendon's open. I think it is, but you need to book a ticket. I think, I don't know, check the website. I think you don't have to pay to get in, but I think they're doing timed entry sort of things.
Yeah.
But everywhere's open in the UK now, really.
Clean Air Arms Museum's open again. But again, I think, yeah, that one you have to pay for anyway, but I'm pretty sure same thing, you have to book a slot, they're only allowing so many people in, which is quite good.
Is the Fleet Air Arm Museum run by the Royal Navy?
Sort of. It's a little bit weird on that one. I've had discussions with people about this because apparently it's a corporate group own it or something, but the Navy still owns part of the land or something that's to deal with it.
And that like Bovington?
Yeah, like Bovington. So the MOD still own the land and all things like that, but yeah, it's all a little bit weird.
Oh, not used any glue yet. That's 3 parts on. I don't think we could. What is that?
Cool.
See, the guy's talking obviously about them scaling up the winged up wings to the main 24th scale. Again, when we've spoken to people about this, obviously Pranjit and that, you can't just scale up. It doesn't work like that. I always thought you could for a long time, but like as he's pointed out, it's not that simple. You can't just, you know, tell it to make it bigger.
No,
Because otherwise all the walls and all the design and everything's completely out. You have to start from the scratch up. So I don't imagine they have just taken the winged up wings and made it 130% bigger. You know?
Yeah. It's just a very similar layout.
Yeah.
Trying to get out for how it's moulded, which is, you know, sensible, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, and again, it's a bit like when people say about F-16s, but there's only so many ways you can mould it and get it out of a mould, and so they all tend to follow the same shape, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously you would clearly take, you know, you'd look at somebody like Wing Nut Wings and think, well, if they've done it that way, there's probably a good reason. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt will take a swig out of that mug in a minute.
Yeah.
Pink tea.
Do it once, though, wouldn't you?
It's lovely a paint. To be honest, the state of that cup, you wouldn't.
Right, so I'm assuming that this one goes round here somewhere.
Maybe finished, aren't they?
Yeah. Just work out if I can paint the radiators and fit all these parts afterwards, or do I need to fit them now? This is weird. Ooh.
Rob's got his medal. That's arrived.
Yeah, I see everyone's, must admit my inbox has lit up yesterday and overnight. Everyone's saying got their medals through, which is good. And say US and Europe ones will be a bit longer because they only went out on Thursday. And then I got a bit of grief because apparently I didn't fill out the custom things correctly.
Oh God. Oh dear.
Yes, my local postmaster bloke, 'cause I dropped them all off. He was like, phone me up. And he's like, you do realise you haven't filled them in. We need your VAT number, your inside trouser leg, and what you do on a Thursday night. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. I thought it was right just to put what it was. Apparently
No.
not.
Yeah, we were doing that yesterday, weren't we?
Yeah. He was.
So anyway, I've given him all that information now, and he kindly wrote it onto all of them, which was 100 odd. So I bet he was cursing me. So I said to him, do you want me to come pick them up? And I said, I'll write them out. He said, oh, I'll do them for you. Good man. Thank you, Graham. Graham watches this occasionally. If you're watching, Graham, thank you. You did say the other week, oh, I was watching you live.
Good service, isn't it?
It is, bless him. Yes, look, Gordon says he was at Hendon yesterday. You need to book a slot, but it is free. Quite busy with a lot of families running around. Still plenty of room to take a photo. There you go.
Try and pick a sunny day because it's likely to be quieter.
Yeah. Well, whilst I'm waiting for these, I suppose I can put the numbers underneath the wings.
We've got massive serial numbers under the wing.
Yeah. That's for the good old days, so like the members of the public could complain about the pilot. I've just had him pass over number X-ray November 739 and he scared my sheep.
Yeah. What was that?
Oh,
Spitfire.
No.
That's the helicopter, isn't it?
He said, that's a bit far yesterday.
That sounds like a train.
That's a train. That's my other half.
Right, the red arrows day before went a bit far.
Any reason?
Because we live next to Lincolnshire.
That's a good enough reason, isn't it?
I seem to fly over here on the way to and from. I think they've been over, if they've been over on the west coast and why I think they sort of come over this way.
Mm.
Decals, don't you just love decals?
Stencils, you know.
Yeah, it's nice to be having a break from deckling.
Yeah, see my advice, kid.
That's it. Blame the model.
Yeah. Angry modeler.
Blame the item.
It just takes twice as long to do it because you've got to. I faff all the time.
Oh God, David says he likes doing stencils.
I'll put my Phantom in the post.
Yeah. And your MiG-21.
Oh god, that's going to be even worse.
So when I did my MiG-21, I never put any stencils on it because it was worn.
Oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah.
I'll be selective, I think, because I'm doing a Tanzanian one. I'm pretty sure they didn't have all the Russian mark stencils on it. Let's hope they didn't.
I bet they did, because all the Russian engineers would have gone over every year and serviced them and put them all back on. So you need to put them all on, Nathan.
Brilliant.
You wouldn't think Russian stuff would have that many stencils on it.
Makes you say that.
Well, it's just that the way they work with Russian equipment and all the rest of it, because it's quite agricultural. You just imagine that it's, you know.
Does everything just
Yeah,
say
they won't
pick
keep it
here,
all
hammer?
pristine and all, you know, they know what they're doing, isn't it? I think that's what I'm getting at. They tend to be like, you know, we know what we're doing with it and all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. Hit it with hammer. It'll be fine. So when I got a friend of mine, Yuri, was obviously conscripted into the Russian forces back in the day, and like he said, it was rule 1, you know, obviously check the books to see what the fault is. Rule 2, get a hammer. Rule 3, get a bigger hammer. And he said that's literally was their sort of ethos to it all and all the rest of it. So I said to him, yeah, he didn't work on anything particularly high tech. He worked on 25s, SU-25s. And yeah, as he said, rule 1, get hammer. Rule 2, get bigger hammer.
Hammer, bigger hammer.
Yeah.
Sounds like my neighbours.
He said you used to get their old school technicians, so you know, obviously his junior rating, so to speak, through it and all the rest of it, and you would like fiddle with something for absolutely ages, and then you'd go off and get one of the sort of, you know, more mature guys, shall we say, and he'd literally just walk up to it, grab something like a hammer and whack it, and he'd go, yeah, all fixed, all good. Easy, because he used to take the mick and say that was the nice thing about our gear, is that, you know, you could literally go around, hit it with hammers and all the rest of it, none of this laptop business and plug it in and get a new part, you know.
Proper
Yeah, proper mechanics.
proper mechanical.
It was when I was watching a thing about the F-35 and the RAF Royal Navy over there training on them before we actually properly got them. And the chap got in and he couldn't log into the couldn't log into the software in the plane to reset it all.
Is it a bit like the car? So like each pilot gets in it, like preloads it all with all your own gear.
Yeah, put all your software in and everything. Yeah, all your password and everything in it.
Because it's funny because with mine, if Tams walks up to it, because if she uses her key fob, she's got her key fob for it, and I've got my key fob. So as soon as she unlocks the doors, it'll put all the seats and everything, and even tunes all the radio and everything to her stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then I walk up to it and you unlock it and then you see it all going back and open. And because it's keyless entry as well, even as soon as you put your hand on the door, it moves everything. It's quite cool to watch it all do it, really.
Similar on Shell's Mini. Because it's got all mood lighting on inside.
Yeah.
If I get into it, it's set to my key fob.
Yeah.
It's like one colour and everything, and Shell's is a different colour, and all the radio stations are different, and the aircon's different, and...
Although I will say I got one complaint. When I walked out, I got hold of the medals. Obviously, it's 2 big, heavy boxes full of the medals. So I'm walking down the road to it, because I had to park my car down the road a bit. And then I waggle my foot underneath the boot lid for it to open. But because the key is not in my pocket and it's in the car, it doesn't work. So what's the point? So if I've got the key on me, it'll open it. But if I haven't, because I left it in the car, it won't. So I had to put it all down to open up the boot. So there's a design fault.
There's real problems.
It is.
The gun's going to look quite nice when it's done. Shame you can't see any of it when it's inside the turret. Should look okay.
Right, okay, let's get this one on. I'll go down and hop. Which way was this? 3 first.
Well, it looks like a hurricane wing. There you go.
Right, wrong way round. I've got the bloody model round the wrong way. That won't work. Right, try again. Just turn this round. Ah, it's folding up. Right, set 3 goes down hot.
And the problem with like these snap fit kits, you can't really test fit it. It's like push it together and it's in.
That's the thing with Bandai, isn't
Yeah.
it? You can't get it apart without breaking
Yeah.
Tiny bit of glue on the wingtips, but we can probably get away without that.
Can I just thank everybody who's ordered the main DR1s and the GT40 up to now, you may have noticed that I've invoiced and fair most of them have been sent out the DR1s, haven't they, Matt?
Yeah.
But it's still open. It's because we're just going to leave it open for a bit longer, just like so people can carry on ordering. Because we can get them straight away, you see. So yeah, we'll take at that for a while longer, and then
Yeah, we'll just put
call
it
it day on it.
Mr. McCluskey's asked, when are they deliberate for the Razor Quest? Fourth quarter, I think, innit?
Yeah,
Look,
that's what I've
Christmas.
been told. It'd be Christmas, December.
Christmas! Ish. Probably November, December. It might be before, I don't know. But yeah, it's fourth quarter. It's coming. That's when the SR71s go out as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I think some test shots of that was quite nice, actually.
that was what? SR71?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have one, but
You wouldn't have one.
not that scale.
You think it's a bit large?
Yeah.
Is he trying to make up for something?
We're going to put it. It's one of them, isn't it?
Comes on a stand. We
It
can
does.
put it on a stand.
Separate engines.
Well, you can take the engines out, can't you? I don't think you get separate
No.
engines.
Yeah, they are. They are separate. You can't put the engines inside the fuselage.
Oh, so you get two lots of engines.
Yeah, you get the blanks. Yeah, the compressor blades and the
Yeah.
exhaust bit, and then then you get the engines to go on the stand.
Oh.
Different way of doing it. I suppose you could finagle them in some way, I suppose, and take a panel open, but
My daughter has found ink pads,
Oh no.
oh,
Oh Jesus.
the proper ink stamps. Oh God! And yes, she's been through a few doors.
question is how?
I'm not getting involved in that. Staying here all day.
That's what shells are for. How long have you owned her?
Oh well, yeah, long enough. That might delay their departure to Liverpool, I think.
Why? Is he going back to Liverpool again today?
Yeah, she likes riding on the trains. The train's the best bit for Isla, I think.
Right.
Me too.
It's alright, you can get a seat. Stood by the toilet's a bit different. The novelty wears off at that point.
Well, the Merseyrail is usually alright for getting a seat because we're only about the third stop from the end of the line.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Coming back's a bit trickier, but going in's easy.
Need a smaller brush with a point. That's always troublesome. Alright, I think I've got one.
Hey, good luck with that.
Alright. Don't judge.
Never.
Cockpit panel decal in the Zvezda kit. It's in the instructions, but it's not on the decal kit. Decal sheet.
Oh, did they miss it off?
I have a cunning plan then.
Wow, KV models are now doing a mass set for the Space Shuttle Atlantis. So if you can't be bothered to mash your windows up, there you go, you can get a mass set for it. Fairy Rotodyne mass set, there you go, Phil.
A what?
Fairy Rotodyne for the old Airfix kit, you can get a mass set.
Alright, okay.
I'm going to order 5 of them because I'm going to build one. Nope. They actually do a mass set though now for the Puma, the Airfix Puma.
Crikey, that's a proper old kit. Does that one go together just as bad as their old Sea King did?
I don't think it does actually. No, the Puma weren't too shoddy. I don't think.
Alright.
Mass set for a Vulcan. Oh, they have been busy bees. KV models with a mass set. Some proper stuff in there.
And they're cheaper than Eddard.
They're not. Yeah, they're not bad at all. Actually, they're not badly priced. They do a lot for A model kits. You know, like the MI10 6, 2, all the weirdy wacky stuff they do. Do a lot of stuff for them. I can't work out though why nobody else has got these Airfix mosquitoes in yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one apart from Airfix.
Nobody apart from Airfix. Yes, it's becoming a bit of a mystery. This.
Yeah,
I
amazing.
genuinely think they're just getting it in, hold on for it for a little while to get the sales, and then pass it on.
Bit annoying.
Have you ever, any of you lot ever built a C119 box car? The old artillery kit?
No.
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 Why not?
It's a lyric, you fancy your own.
But it's not a bad kit. I know it's raised panel lines, but it's quite a cool looking aircraft.
Yeah, true.
I'm going to do my cockpit Japanese interior green.
Is that what the Rise of the Phoenix was?
Yes.
I'm going to mute myself.
No, Neil. The bison's gone. We've got rid of the bison, haven't we, Phil? It's gone.
Yeah, sorry.
It's gone to that great skip down the end of the
The yard.
the end of the yard. Yeah. Unfortunately, the bison is now no more. It is gone for good. Never to be seen again or spoke of. And anybody that does speak of it will have an instant ban. So you have been warned.
What is it? I'm looking at my decal sheet and I can't find number 96.
Because there isn't one.
No, it looks like there isn't. That's the whole point. I can't see where 96 is. This one starts at 100 and goes down.
You've lost it, haven't you? You've lost the decal.
I have. I don't know where it is. Where's number 96? I don't
You've
understand
lost it.
where I could have got none of those. We're okay with them. I don't know. Oh, never mind. It's fine.
You're not using that one then.
Don't need it anyway.
What was it?
I've got a feeling
A roundel?
it's the nitrogen charge point decals, I think.
Nitrogen charge point?
Yeah, it's the square symbol, whatever that means. I can't remember which one it is now.
Is that under the wing?
Yeah, on the fuselage bit, yeah. Nah, don't need it, it's fine. I think it's overrated anyway. The thing is, it's showing it as bright red. You think you'd probably stand out quite easily. Perhaps I need stronger magnifiers. Don't know. Pass. Pass, pass, pass.
Pass.
Look, Mark says he's been watching us for months now, but never live. I've just got my first kit in 32 years. It's the Fokker 109 and Spitfire from Airfix Starters. Hold on, what's that? Should I can't see what you've put. Put it again. Myth the parts, is it?
It's in thingy chat.
Yeah, this is in YouTube chat. Type the last bit again, Mark.
Have we lost it? Have we lost what it said?
Should I? Don't know. Something in paints.
Hey, talking of paint, we actually got a full rack of Tamiya XFs for once.
Oh, good. Can I have some rubber black?
No.
If you've got a full set, I'm putting my name down. I want some rubber black, some XF2, please.
Well, you might be lucky unless we can sell out. So we need some XF85 and XF2. Guess what else has come back in as well? LP4 white.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, that's a good one. I can do with that as well.
LP35 Insignia white's back in.
All right.
So he's dribbling through.
It is coming through slowly.
Yeah, slowly but sure. And extra thing glue's back in.
Oh, there you go.
By
And
the bucket loot.
Well, after everyone's rushed out and bought some.
Yeah, extra thing.
They thought it was going to be no more.
Yeah, quick set and what's it going back into?
Travis said he's a landing pattern for the aerobatic team of Yak 52s and a couple of Trojans. Watch them come in every time. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Shane said, late to part what you're building there, Andy. I'm building a. I can't think. What make is it?
Tackham.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's a Reebok. I mean, yeah, this is Hobby 2000, which is Reebok's the Tackham. It's the ZSU 57-2. That's for the out Africa sake. Trying to think what it's for. Huh?
That's an Africa group build, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Group or so, yeah. Right, Mark said, "Hello lads, been watching for months, never live. Just got my kit. First kit 30 years. Rock Wolf Online, Spitfire, Airfix Star set. Should I thin the paints a bit?
How thin? Got you.
Yeah. I'm City is Liverpool. That's not your fault, mate. Blame me.
Patch
There's nothing
up.
wrong with. Nathan says there's nothing wrong with Liverpool.
He's biased.
He works there.
He works there, yeah. It's a cultured city, although not anymore though, apparently.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Wasn't it culture, but it's not anymore because they've built all over it instead.
They on Liverpool, UNESCO, because they've built on a derelict piece of land, they've lost it.
Quite true. That piece of land, it, you know, got to keep the rats somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll
You
tell
know,
you what,
why would you develop a piece of wasteland?
that is proper
Everton Football
ridiculous.
Club. It's their fault.
Yeah, it's
for
the new
losing.
stadium, isn't it? Gotta go.
Yeah, I mean it's the centre, the iconic centre of Liverpool that everybody will know from the photographs has not changed a bit. It's down the
What you mean, Brookside?
yeah. It's about half a mile down the river from the Liver building that they're building the new stadium and like sports complex and stuff. From what I understand, that's the bit that's upset UNESCO, but it's literally derelict.
I was going to say,
Yes.
it seemed a bit petty when I did hear about it. It's a derelict bit of land and they're worried about it. At least they're regenerating it, doing something with it.
I don't even think it's a derelict building. I think it's literally wasteland.
Yeah.
And it's a city. It needs, it needs development. It can't
Yeah.
stand still.
Just to answer Mark, yeah, you definitely need to thin those paints that come with starter sets. They're very, 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 very thick.
Mark, do yourself a favour,
Yeah,
buy
don't
some
use
other
one.
paints.
Yeah.
Honestly, they will fight you every single step of the way and be a nightmare.
If you're hand painting, you're probably better off Revel. They're a
Blue
saying.
Line?
You're better off with Vallejo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vallejo or Blue Line attacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends. If you just want to go to a shop and get some, you probably get Revel. Probably be easiest to get hold of. If you don't mind buying them online, yeah, go for try and get some Vallejo or some Attacker, like I said, Blue Line.
But not, not Humbrol. Don't go too retro.
And don't use extra acrylics, extra colour,
No.
because
I'm
that
only using-
happens. Stay to that. Pick
I'm
a
only-
bit out of it.
Because I've used like Japanese interior green for a Hurricane that's operated by the Soviets, which was an obvious colour choice, obviously. I'm just going to dry brush a bit of extra acrylics over the top. Because otherwise I'll be waiting up too long for it to dry. Now I need a skanky old brush.
Apologies,
Neil's-
Neil, because Neil's just on about his medal. Apparently his plaque had come off a drift on his medal. It's at 45 degrees. So, sorry about that. They're only stuck on. They're literally double-sided taped onto them.
Limited edition, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, Chris Lawson says he got his this morning. I haven't had mine yet.
Did you complete something?
No.
Was it in the
Aye.
reveal video? Was it in the reveal video?
Where's mine?
Did you send me the actual pictures of it done?
I don't think I did anything for it. Probably.
Where's my medal? And yes, I did complete something.
Was it in
And
the reveal video?
Wait, I did a complete bloody video build for it.
Nathan gets it because he gave me the photos to put in the reveal video.
Oh.
You didn't.
Right, we're going like that, are we?
Jeff says you can thin the FX paints with water and put them on thin layers. You can.
You can.
You can, but you don't want
You
to.
can.
It's just bloody awful.
Play
It
around.
will work if that's
It's
all
your
you've
first
got.
kit. Play around with it. Have fun.
Yes.
Don't take it too seriously and just enjoy it.
Exactly.
Richard says, when are you going to reveal next year's Big Six group build list?
End of
I know
the
it's
year.
a month away.
We'll do that when we do the turkey shoot
Yeah.
weekend.
Well, I thought we'd do it when we were doing Flory Fest.
Or Flory Fest. Yeah, no, we do it for Flory Fest. That gives you a bit of time to get some gear in then, yeah.
So there you go, Flory Fest is happening this year.
Yeah, we're
Is
in
that-
Flory Fest.
It's October, isn't it?
October, yeah.
I've written half the rule book, so I'm nearly there.
We have,
For Flory Fest.
For the group build.
we have discussed the
Yeah.
group build 6. It may change in between, but
No, we're going with that list.
Are we
Nathan's
sticking-
writing it up. You can't change it now.
Are we sticking with that, are we?
Yep. I thought it was a good one. So I'm happy with all of that.
Yeah, I'm happy with it as well.
There's one that we're not sure of, isn't there?
Especially the 124 Fokker DR1 SIG. I'm
Group
very,
build.
very happy
An
with that.
entire year of it.
Do you want to give a bit of a clue away or not?
No, not a peep yet. They'll have to wait till October.
I'll give them a clue. It's to do with model building, all of them.
Yeah.
Some more than others in this case.
Yeah,
That's the one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Shane said, building the 124th Trumpet BF109, the plane kit, first plane kit in 40 years. God, that's a
So, well, the way to start.
cheap on.
I'd say that's going for it, yeah.
Yeah. Some of the colour callouts are a bit hard to match with real photos. If it's early 109, the interior will be RLM02. And plus all of the inner control surfaces and inside the engine bays and stuff like that will be all RLM02. If it's an older 109, newer 109, a G and an Fs and those sort of things, it'll be RLM 66, which is a grey on the interior. Exterior wise, we're all pretty much very similar, weren't they? So like,
70. Depends what mark it is, doesn't it?
yeah, sort of standard is what is it, 70,
74, 75.
76, isn't it? Yeah, 74, 75, 76 is the standard RLM colours for them. They did change later war, they did change a bit, different colours. And then if you look, you can get early war 70, the Untitled Blues and mid-war and late war and May 1945 at 7 p.m.
You go down a rabbit hole
Yeah.
that you'll never come back from.
No.
Isn't that true, Nate?
It's just a world of people arguing over what colours are in a black and white photograph.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a rabbit hole, and it doesn't make you happy.
No, I mean, one of our guys entered a model into a competition, and I overheard somebody talking about it, saying it should have been brown instead of grey, or grey instead of brown, part the camouflage, and there was only one ever built.
Yeah.
This particular aircraft, and there's like one known photo that's in black and white.
Yeah.
Someone
Someone said it's the wrong colour.
That's
Wow.
how it is.
That's why it's easier to build different things.
I just think ballpark close enough for jazz. That's the way to go. Oh, what am I going to do with this instrument panel?
Yeah,
It's got-
Neil stuck his sign back on his bench, not a problem.
Chris is Chris getting any closer to starting his chipmunk? I was speaking with Chris on Facebook about this chipmunk. I need to find my logbook from the air cadets, because they wrote the serial number of the aircraft you flew in. No idea where a book that I used 20 something years ago is. Oh, I don't even think how long ago that book was written in it, for more than 20 years. Or like 30.
Cram says, what's happening on Florifest? It'll be just the same format as what we normally do. We'll do a weekend's worth of building, talking, competitions. We may do some
Do the
Nathan will
demos,
do
the live demos, all the stuff.
yeah, our demos. Yeah, Nathan will do a quiz, won't you, Nathan?
Saturday
Yeah.
night quiz night.
Jeez, it's there. The decal's there.
So we normally do like, is it 3 sessions a day? One in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I'll start Saturday morning, probably about 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, something else like that. Then it'll run through till lunchtime. We have a break for a couple of hours, back with you all afternoon, and then we're back on in the evening for the quiz and a bit more of a relaxed, and then back at it on the Sunday morning, Sunday night. Or Sunday afternoon, sorry.
I could say, yeah, I thought we was going to do Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
yeah, then we'll have some
Sleep.
specials and things on the PM side of it, and Phil normally has some specials on the Flora side of it, don't you?
So basically, it's an online model show.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do, isn't it?
Yes.
And if it works, it could be an annual thing.
Well, we did it last year for the show, because obviously there was no Telford.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. Everyone seemed to really like it. And we've been talking about doing a Flory Fest for donkey's years, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we thought, do you know what? We'll make it happen because it was such a good success last year. So it will be, I think it's 3rd and 4th of October, did you say?
Yeah. Weekend of the 3rd and 4th, I think we're going to try, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah, 3rd and 4th of October it will be. Be there.
Should be fun.
We will. We'll do the usual thing. We'll do some giveaways and all the usual stuff. So, yes.
Yeah. Hey,
So think of it like a turkey shoot, but bigger.
There'll be a P40 and a starter set for Provost.
Yeah, that's it.
From us.
Yeah, times 2.
Mark said that he's skinting, so can't afford any more paint, so he's going to stick with the Umbro paints. Yeah, just thin them with water.
Can be done.
To get good coverage, look at my wet palette. I suggest you can make yourself a wet palette. It's very cheap to do. I've got a little video on it, and it will help you with your brush painting. So I'll check that out. But plus as well, because it's acrylics, it's going to keep your acrylics wet for longer. So if you do, well, you can see on my camera, but you know where it draws back in on itself, like that.
Yeah.
That's
Hold
quite
on,
a
let me
good
put
rule
you on
of-
the big camera. There you go.
There you go, look. So you can see what I'm doing there with my brush. When it draws back in, like that, that's quite a good rule of thumb. You've got right consistency. Always just get a piece of and just unload the water. So you just don't flood it everywhere, so you've got control. And you'll see you can, proper figure painters, unlike me, tend to do that and draw on the thumb. You can't really see that colour, it's not the best colour I've used, but you can see if it just spreads and goes, you know, it's too thin. So, there you go.
Did you find the cockpit decal, Nathan?
I did. It's underneath. You can't see it, but it's there underneath the roundel.
Alright, yeah,
It's
Nathan
white.
said it's number 11, it might be transparent.
It is literally invisible on the sheet.
So, second and third in tip for the Florifest date.
Yeah.
We'll put everything up, Paul, on site when
When we get a bit closer, but
we get a bit closer, like next month. give your fair warning.
yes.
I hope you can join us. It'll be yeah.
That'd be a giggle again, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's straight, Phil.
Do you know what? The thing is, I think my curve's different to that curve. That's the trouble.
Put yourself on full screen.
Oh God, no pressure.
That's it.
That'll do.
Now we
Close
can see
enough,
the Master Decular.
eh? Jesus, no.
Oh no, he's not. He's above you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Put yourself on full screen.
Oh, it's those wing walks on the lightning are
They're rubbish, aren't they? They're horrible,
Yes.
they're just awful.
but needed. Not like you can't get away with not putting them on.
No.
Blue tack's rubbish.
Steam Fan 61 says he's going to Tankfest 21. We're looking forward to it.
Is that at Bovington, is it?
Yep.
Are they bringing Tiger 131 out, or is that still in social distancing isolation?
Still in bits in the warehouse. In the
Yeah.
workshop.
Well, it's monthly engine out job.
God, it's proper high maintenance, them German tanks, weren't they?
Yep.
Not like a T34 diesel that could run on
I think
urine.
it's in the Second World War. They just take the engine out and put a new one in. There were a new gearbox in it, but obviously parts are a bit.
Yeah, but even then, though, really, they were so overcomplicated for what you needed. You know, the Russians obviously said it right way. Just stick a crappy diesel engine, it run on anything, in any weather,
Yes.
build loads of them. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank God. In hindsight, the German tanks were shit.
And German tanks were good. They were just overcomplicated for when they went wrong. Ah, my dude fell off in the paint. He's got two
Seren
cats.
says a bit off topic. What magnifying Google, he says, is Matt using? The DeLonghi, not DeLonghi,
DeLonghi.
Donegan optical visors.
To be honest, these ones aren't. These are the cheap version of Amazon.
All right, fair enough.
Similar. And I'll be honest, the Donegal ones are better. Because I've had to repair these because we fell to bits under these ones. But you do.
How many brand names?
And this bit here, look. This
Hold
size-
on. You're not on camera. Hold on, try again. You still
Sorry,
on
there we
me?
go. So this is a cheap pair of. Show them your Andy. Am I on full screen? No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, you're both on.
Right. Well, they're the expensive ones, which I've got a set of in the shed, and then these are a cheapy version that I got off Amazon. Now the problem, I've had to sort of screw, because you get two plastic little clips
Yeah.
that holds the lenses in, and you do get a selection of different strength lenses. I lost one of the clips. I've had to find some small screws to hold it in place. But this bit here, it sits on your forehead. If I put my overhead on, I don't know if it's still, not my overhead, my forward cam. There we go. Just creates grooves in your forehead when you've wore it a bit. So you do look a bit odd.
See, on the
Not the
Donegal,
most comfortable thing.
on Donegal, it's leather, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair mine. I lost mine ages ago. It's like came apart on
It
me.
rotted.
Rotted, yeah. It's from using lack of thinners in here.
Yeah, it is. It does bottom, doesn't it?
It rotted it all off, so I took it off, but I went with that anyway. But I mean, and they also, the way the numbering works on it, I'm frozen. That's a number 5 lens, but I think it's is it 2.5 times magnification
Something like that.
on number 5 lens? You have to sort of like read up about them and see what magnification you want. I think a lot of people use probably a number 5. It seems to be the standard one that most people use, but yeah, not cheap, but they're all right.
It's what, to be honest with you, if you're knocking on in years, it's got to be a must now to have a magnifier.
Yeah, I think
And
we've all got, you haven't got one yet, have you, Nathan?
No.
Hey,
I've got a ring light thing with the lift up.
Yeah.
I've got a magnifier of sorts, but I tend to just squint.
Just wait.
Tell you
I'm
what,
going to say, it's early days yet, he's still young.
Yeah.
he ain't that young.
It hit me literally last year, wouldn't it? I was fine till then, and now I've bloody got glasses and everything. So
I've had an eyesight test in, when was it?
1993.
yeah, at school.
Quite I would say I had an eyesight test in about 1997. I passed it, so I'm alright.
I think you might need to go wet, Nave, to be honest.
Yeah, last time we had one was with a knit nurse at the same time
Yeah.
at school.
This is just going to make a horrible crunch noise getting this thing.
How do the engines change in Russian winter?
What do you mean?
I said, how do they change a tank engine in Russian winter?
Under a big tarpaulin with a heater.
I bet they didn't.
They used to do that, didn't they? They used to have these big tarps and chuck it over them like a Bedouin tent. I watched a film, it was actually a Russian film as well, when it was World War II, and it showed them sort of doing it. They had these big, because it was like, you know, proper freezing brass monkeys. You couldn't even touch the metal.
Wasn't the wet, rainy bit before the snow came the worst of it? The mud.
The mud,
Wasn't that more of a
yeah.
problem?
And in spring, the big thaw.
The Thor, yeah. But it showed them in this, like, it was like obviously a workshop revetment area in like a big, thick wood. And again, same thing, it was mud, but it was all frozen solid. But these giant, thick, heavy duty things, and they're in there like a sauna. So they could work on it to get these engines out and all the rest of it in without freezing to it. But yeah, got to be the worst conditions ever.
Mm. Oh my God. It's just enough. This isn't quite Bandai. What's not nice about this is you're having to put quite a lot of force onto these parts to get them together. It doesn't feel natural.
So you're waiting for it to go snap.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Chris says, shout out to the team, a plea really. Can I move my Wessex build to the Anzac SIG? Pretty please. Had to move house. My wife's brother's house and deal with COVID.
If it's eligible, I guess we could move it into the work in progress,
Well,
couldn't
so
we?
as long as you've got a bill thread with it and all the rest of it. And obviously he did start it when the dates are running for it. So there's no problem with that at all. Oh, I love walkways.
I'm going to take these big attachment points off.
Steve said just broke through three small drill bits, pinning resin. Has anyone got any names on decent small bits? What are the Tammy ones like?
The Tamiya ones are alright. I have broken one, so they're not indestructible. But they're really good. The little ones with the thicker shank on them, they're really good.
Again, the secret, if there is such a thing to it, is not to put any sideways force through them at all.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. And have them at a higher resolution. So when they're actually drilling holes, that's why it's easier to put them into an mini electric one, because you just pop through it. All the time you try and do it by hand, you're putting sideways force through it and they always snap.
Yeah.
You know, they're just an absolute sod for it.
Chris, if you can PM me a link to your original build thread, I'll move it for you.
You know that bit where you put all the walkway in and then you suddenly realise it's in the wrong place?
Oh dear.
It's alright, we have the thing. That's why I don't seal anything until I'm happy. So we can just re-wet it and we'll walk it down about 1.5 inches.
This is a question for Matt and Nathan.
Uh-huh.
Did anyone notice that the border models BF109 only had fuel and medical stencils, no others?
I have noticed since doing the review that the stencils are a bit thin on the ground.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but I say, is that a bad thing?
Oh, yeah. You do a winter whitewash one, you're alright. I don't know, yeah, I did notice afterwards, hang on. Not very many stencils on the decal sheet.
Again, this is the thing now you're sort of in my world. They didn't see that kit before we did it. So it sometimes afterwards you think to yourself, oh yeah, I've just spotted this, that or the other. You know, so again, it is that thing. When you're under pressure and you've got like half hour to review a kit, you know, sometimes you do miss what a lot of people would call a glaring error that you never pointed out of your review. It's like, okay, all right, easy. Jesus.
It is actually really difficult doing reviews, I'll tell you. Not just a matter of sitting there opening a box.
I have to say, you weren't that bad, because when I was doing the editing for it, it wasn't a nightmare. At least you didn't literally have your head in the shot for the entire thing, or, you know, something like that. It was quite straightforward edit job.
Soren just bought some Donegan goggles. Optivisors.
Donegans.
Yeah, you'll not regret. They are.
Yeah,
great.
they're worth it.
We will one day get Phil to get some.
I don't like that type. I prefer my one because I need to look over them.
You do. You can look over them.
Really?
Yeah, you do.
What angle do I have to put my neck to look over them?
180 degrees.
Precisely. I do mine like this when I'm doing for people to see. I have mine these ones, and that way I can look around it and everywhere. Because otherwise, I spend, if I'm like here, I'm looking straight over the top of them. So but then, and when I'm here, if I'm getting the decal, I'm just here, and then I look at it and it's in place. So I can look all the way around. I have got those ones as well. I've got them behind me. I think Krista sent them to me, but I don't like them because I can't look over it. And because I spend my head down doing chat and things and all the bits of it, I need that visibility, if it makes sense.
I have mine like this, so I can see sort of underneath them. Normally, but then when I look down, it's sort of like, it's sort of like a bit, I suppose, like bifocal. You sort of like have a so that you got both views, so I can sort of like look down like this, but then I can look up and see sort of like.
Because that's the thing. I'm looking at this and talking and all the rest of it, and I'm looking over the top of the lenses.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to do this. What? Eh? So
Trust me.
it's easier just to do. Instead of that one, I can do that one.
That's not that much a better look.
Oh right, okay. We'll go with that. But that's the problem I have, is just for focusing and everything else. But I have succumbed to. I have got reading glasses now. I had to spend, literally, I think they were £15 in Boots.
Yeah.
On my reading glasses. So I have joined the Spacker Club, as we call it, in our household.
I think the day of me joining the glasses club is coming, but
Yeah. So, I mean, I use mine for reading, but that's why I always sit on top of my head. But then I put gel in top of in my hair. So they get mucky from gel that's in my hair all the time, and yeah, no, so I can't see out of when I put them back down again. Ken Johnson says, is it okay to use foil tape for a hinge for a motor hatch hinge? Yeah, whatever works.
I was going to say, yeah, as long as it doesn't. The trouble with foil, obviously, if you're doing it back and forth, it'll snap at some point. But if you're just using it as a single hinge to make a hinge as in a fixed place, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
right. If anyone's building this Zvezda Hurricane, the massive attachment points between the fuselage and wing, you don't need them. Cut them off. Still snap bits without them.
MH400MT says, what magnification do you use, Andy? I use, well, say, like I said, they use their own magnification because they call it a number 5 lens where I'm at. But it's not 5 times magnification. I believe it's 2 or 2.5 times. Let me just have a quick look. You've got the same, haven't you, Matt? Because think.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 5 is a 2.5 times magnification. The rate limit, sort of like the distance, the magnification at the distance is probably something like 2.5 times at 8 inches or that'll work out. I do need a new one.
About 50 quid, aren't they?
I'm looking at the moment. The ones I'm actually looking at are 60 quid.
Oh,
Yeah, but the
no, sounds expensive. Well, actually,
Yeah, but it's a tool you're going to keep for ages, isn't it?
oh, yeah, and a took, yeah.
yeah,
Which one?
number 5. It's 2.5 times at 8 inch.
To me, it's like a spray booth.
Yeah, they are one-off investments, or hopefully one-off investments. But again, once you've had one, I think it's that thing, you won't go back. You'll be wondering how you've ever done it without it.
Yeah.
Like I said, there are cheaper ones out there that look the same, but I don't think the glass inside them. I mean, the Donegal ones are proper optical.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, proper glass. With the cheaper ones, they're not the.
And mine are £9 off of Amazon.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a Philip pair one day. Proper ones.
You'll buy cheap, buy twice adage for stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I've had 2 of these. So, in my defence, again, Krista bought these for me. One of our members, if Krista's watching, but kindly sent me these to have a go with. And as you say, once you've used magnifiers, I don't think I could go back to not using a type of magnifier. I don't know if that was just chance that my eyes were beginning to fail me a bit, but it was definitely one of those things where, do you know what, it was like turning on the lights. Suddenly I could see everything a lot clearer.
How was the first one out of us lot start wearing a Wanto, but then I'm the I'll say more mature.
Granddad.
No, I definitely wouldn't call you mature.
No, I don't.
Just older.
Yeah. Yeah. Lindsay says, where will Florifest be? It's online, it's virtual, it's here.
In your living
From
room.
your home. Yes, we'll be doing it live from your home. To be honest, we have spoken about it for many years of actually putting on a real show. So that's where Florifest has sort of always come from. We wanted to do a model show, but not as you know it. It would be basically as we do it online. So it would be a somewhat of a building event rather than just a walking round show. That's how we always wanted to do it. But when we looked into the cost of what we wanted to do, it was going to be tens of thousands to put on. So we sort of scrubbed the idea. But now, obviously, with COVID, it really gave us a way of sort of having a great weekend, just like a model show, without having a model show. So
last year we did the first one, didn't we? And it was a big hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of
It
people.
went down very well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's easier than doing Telford.
Yeah. Definitely a lot earlier, later start. Instead of having to get up at half 5
Had a lie in
to
and
do
everything.
Telford.
Didn't have a hangover either.
Yeah, didn't have a massive hangover. It's great.
Raging headache on the Saturday morning. Well, it looks like a weekend, doesn't it?
Mark says, I've got no clippers, only a Stanley. What's the best way to get them pieces off cleanly? Just a Stanley knife would do it. Just cut away from the part when you're cutting it. Don't cut directly up to the side of it and then sort of like try and clean it up.
To be honest, the Master Tool ones, 15 quid. Aren't they, Andy? 15?
Yeah.
And I use these all the time. Admittedly, I have got some better ones, but these are brilliant. For the money, they are amazing. And again, like a lot of the tools we've spoken about today, once you've done it, you'll be one of those things you'll, think, why the hell didn't I do it years before? Because it's so much easier with cleanup. And because they're single action blades as well, the parts never fly off or ping off or anything else like that.
Yeah, £16 they are.
16, there you go.
I mean, if you're starting out and you don't want to spend the money, just a pair of nail clippers would do.
Yeah.
Just something to try and get off.
But it is that thing, single edge blade nippers, they're a bit like using Tamiya extra thin glue. Suddenly, when you've used them, you think, Christ, why didn't I do this years ago? This is so much cleaner and easier and better, And it's one of those ones which is a big difference in the modelling because they're just very, very straightforward.
Forgot to put the part in the cockpit.
Yeah, Barry says Master Tools nippers are great. They are brilliant.
And I've got God hands. I've got 80 quid pairs here. I've got 50 quid pairs. I've got everything, but I still use my Master Tool ones all the time.
I mean, it's fair if you see me for the modelling that I have done this morning. These are God hand ones, but me talking 70 quid.
Yeah.
If you can get hold of them, and they are. Again, it's one of the things. It's sort of people drive around in Ford Focus, and people drive around in Rolls Royce. You can afford it. You like get and I can't afford a Rolls Royce, but I can afford a £70 pair of nippers. That's only because Nathan went to Japan and bought us a load back, and we didn't spend 70 quid.
No, they should be £35, but they've just never had a proper importer, so that's why you're getting fleeced on eBay.
Yeah.
Or similar.
Yeah.
They've just released a nipper for resin and 3D printing.
Have they?
Yeah.
You get a free pair with it. A pair of those the Zucon ones, aren't they, Matt?
Yeah.
With the printers we've got. Yeah, so basically, yeah, anything that you can. I mean, we all use Phil's products, which are the Flory Sanders, which is a big selection here, for cleaning up afterwards. So sort of like cut away from the sprue a bit, not close up to it, so you don't leave a scar on the plastic, and then clean it up afterwards with a sanding stick.
But again, if you're starting off a bit, if you can get a piece of sandpaper or God help you, a nail file or something, to clean it up. But
Can I say, just pop down to Boots or Superdrug or something else and just buy some nail files. There's certain companies out there that charge you for doing that. Just saying.
Yeah. Or if you go to Pear Models or Flooring Models and you can buy a pack
grab
of...
yourself a starter set for a tenner, and then that'll got everything. It will last you forever. I think most people would agree that there's one thing about the sanders I do, they do last forever.
They do.
I know he is. He did say that it's tight for money, so you can do everything on a budget if you use whatever you've got. Jason Martin says, "Morning, chaps. Glad to call to you. Looking for the best 148th Hurricane. Any advice will be greatly appreciated." You can't go far wrong with the Airfix ones, to be honest with you.
No.
Yeah, if you want the early ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Armour are coming out with the 48 one, aren't they?
Yeah, when?
Hang on.
There's all these rumours I keep getting about that kit. Yeah, I've yet to see it.
Yeah.
I keep getting all the ones saying, "Oh, it's coming any second. Have you heard they're doing this?" And I'm like, "Let's see some stuff."
But the Hurricane is definitely one of those things that is under
represented,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes. I mean, there's only really one 30. Well, there's a couple, but there's only one 32nd that's worth building, and that's the Fly Models one. That's a bit of a pig. 48th. Yeah, I think you. Airfix will be better. Yeah, Airfix and Artillerium. The Airfix one's newer, isn't it? It's not a bad build at all, to be honest with you. Built a couple, goes together nicely. Nice detailed interior that you can't see.
Yeah, tell me about it. Just looking at this one. Rinky dinky tiny little cockpit.
And Christopher Brown said, "You getting any more of the CMK razor saw holders in?" Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. They'll be next week. And the blades and everything else. Yachts. Blooming heck, 20 to 12.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Just looking at that.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Cram says, "Has Phil ever thought about doing round sanders? It would be useful for rounded areas like Will Archer." Yeah, haven't you, Phil? But not as easy as it sounds.
Cram, honestly, we've been trying to develop those particular sanders for, 7 or 8 years now. And every time that I sit down with the R&D department, I went actually up with them about 3 years ago now, and I sat in their labby thing again. And they were like, "Right, I need this, this and this, and I want a round one." And, they literally laugh because it is the thing. We can make and we can do a round sander in any grit you want, but it will last hours. All of my products are designed to last years. And we can make it, and we have mocked them up and everything, but as soon as you put a little bit of force into it, they just peel apart. They do not last. If you want one that will last a couple of uses and they're disposable, then yeah, but it all comes at a price, you see. And it's literally, as you say, I'm a modeler first and a businessman second, clearly. And it's a bit like the quality of the materials we use. I could use a lot cheaper ones all the way through, but I won't. And that is the thing, I just know people will be like, "I only used it twice and it's split." Well, that's because it's round and it's got lots of forces going through it, and yeah, they don't work. So if you imagine the way we do it is, if you take like the sanding sponge, we just roll it in a spiral down a core of plasticard and it gets glued all to it. But as soon as you start to bend it, it will peel apart. And it doesn't last. And that's always been the Achilles heel to it. One day we'll think of a way of actually doing it or manufacturing it so it's round in the first place. But the bit where, if you think the component is literally plasticard core, and then obviously we just put a spiral along the length of it, and it'll be 4 meters long, and then it gets chopped up into the sizes. And again, we've tried conical shapes as well, so it's like cones as well and things, and we just can't make them stick. They literally just tear themselves apart. It's because of the way you use a sander that you're sort of putting force into the side of it. It doesn't work. If you wanted to put it on a drill, that's not a problem because it's just going round very quickly. But as soon as you put any sort of, bend into it, it just gives up. It just splits. So, unfortunately, it's a question I get asked probably 100 times a year. And I would love to say, yeah, no, we've worked on something, we've got it sorted. But the trouble you've got is that when we've upgraded things like the glues and stuff, then it goes hard. And then, unfortunately, you're defeating the object because it's too hard and it scratches.
Yeah, like Nathan's got their diamond files are useful, but they're still not as good as the sanding sticks, are they?
No.
But
I only use them very selectively.
yeah, me too. I was waiting to see how long it took you before you went to an elastic band on that hurricane, mate, Nathan. When you're putting them things on.
These clamps are
I hate
useless.
them.
But... Do you know what? The only thing I'd do if I was building this is perhaps take off some of the
Haven't you got any of the
snap
blue
height
ones?
bits. But the fit's really good.
Yeah. Did you got the blue ones, Nathan?
No.
Oh, I'll bring you a pair next time, see you.
Jesus, you
Oh
use
my
those
God,
things. Those are awful.
Yeah.
They are.
What's
I used
that?
to, those horrible clamps. Those,
They
yeah.
just ping off.
I used to work for a company who used to flog them years ago, and they are awful.
Next time I see you, I'll bring you a pair of them blue ones.
There we go. Look, we're coming to life now. Look, we've got walkways, we've got wings on. Look, dun dun dun. It's starting to look like a lightning.
It does look like a lightning, I agree. Totally agree.
We're getting there.
R. Short says, Phil, how are you finding the Vulcan? Holding off watching until I can binge.
She is. Hold on. Really very good. She's hot. To be honest, I've done a little bit of a delay in it because these here, which are the bloody intakes. Let me get it closer. Get the camera to lock in. Hold on. Let me go. Let's try it this way. I'm so close up to the camera because it's big. Not used to doing this. If I get the camera to play ball. There we go. There we go. So to get them seamless is a right nightmare, and it's one of these areas where everybody's going to look inside these intakes, and I want them to be seamless purely because you just know everyone's going to do it. So I've literally been going through the motions of taking care of those. So it's on the slight back burner whilst this dries off, because I've literally just glossed them up, gloss white in there for the minute. It will have that base colour right the way over at any second. But this is it for next week, because to be honest, I've been working on the Ural truck whilst I've been waiting for this to dry. And so it's done now, it's all ready to go. So then what we'll do is we'll get the paintwork onto it, and then the top work will be a little bit more involved, obviously, because we're doing the camo, but the underside's going to be white with the blue steel. So, but yeah, no, it's all done. It's just waiting now for these bits to go off. The only thing is these sink marks down the back, which I know everyone's going to moan about, but just because I know people are moaning about, I'm going to leave mine. Purely so I can prove to people that they're not that bad. Anyone would think it's got like it's missing the way people go on about it, but I think, you know, you could get away with the stress skin effect in there. You know, I'm slightly more concerned, I don't know if you can see it on this one, the way the panel lines sort of vanish. So you've got this panel line, this one here in front of my nail. It's really just sort of fades out a little bit in the middle, so it needs a little bit of work here and there and everywhere on it. But generally it's really, really nice. Don't be put off by what people are saying online, that's all I'll say, because a lot of people are saying, oh, is this wrong with it and that with it. It's a bit like the people saying about the seats don't fit, because the canopy doesn't fit over the top. It's a 2-second job with a sanding stick. Just take a little bit of height out of them. You can't see it. Drop them down by 1/4 mil and then the roof fits. But everyone's made out as if it's unbuildable. And it's like it's a 2-second fix. I can't understand why people get sort of antsy about it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yes. But anyway, part 4 went up yesterday. Part 5 will be up next week.
Like Moses on the motorbike says, I bought the Infinity Models diamond taper file along with the clear file 3-way system. Got to admit, an excellent files.
Mm.
Oh,
Cool.
I don't know that one.
Ooh, Alexa doesn't know about that, apparently.
Sorry, I don't have an.
Can you hear her?
Tell her she's fired,
Yeah.
and she'll say, I'm very sorry, you can contact customer care and
Yeah.
they'll deactivate me.
Oh,
Good.
I'm not. Need a math
Yeah.
set.
Richard says, I'm guessing when Armour release the Vortex Hurricane and I get one, 2 weeks later, Tammy will announce the a 30-second one.
Yes,
fair,
they will.
both
Of course, they will.
I'd have both. So
Yeah.
Murphy's law of modelling, isn't it?
yeah. Barry says, got to run. Many thanks. Great show, guys. We'll catch up with you later. Have a great weekend, all.
Cheers. Have a good one. Thank you very much for joining us.
Cool. Nathan, what's the name and make of that blue thing you just used to take off your scalpel blade, please?
It is a Swan and Morton
Oh, yeah, I've got them.
scalpel blade remover, which
Yeah.
you then are supposed to throw them away full of sharps, aren't you?
Yeah, I do exactly the same. Open mine up and
Good for that. You can take them to the pharmacy and just ask it to go in the sharp bin. They're not that expensive.
I think they're a couple of pounds, aren't they? But, yeah, you basically put your.
Is that the bit where he says to you, do you need some replacement needles, sir?
I've got really big sharp spins. I just open mine up and put them in my sharp spin that I've got downstairs.
Also, if you're tight like me, because obviously I can't afford posh blades, you can do these ones, which are like the Olaf blades, as I call them. Although I know they're called something else. They're called, what are they? Olafar. But anyway, same thing. You've got your cleaning, you put these in, and you just do your snap bit. So it just goes in the little slot, and then you snap it off. I won't do it because it's a new one here, but you just snap that off then. And then in the other side, when you open it up, you've got your new blades. But then all your bits are in this side, which is quite nice. So it does keep them out of the way and keeps them safe. And that way you're not having to chuck them in your bin. Because I find the recycling people don't like you very much afterwards.
No, so you
I
have
wonder
to,
why.
they have to take used blades to the doctors or the pharmacy.
Yes.
Lindsay says, take it Telford will be mostly UK-based vendors then, etc. Yeah, I bet there will be.
So we don't know yet, I must admit, but I imagine the hassle it will be for EU companies to come over now. It's bad enough trying to post anything, let alone bring your stock over.
Yeah.
Anything to declare, sir? No. Can I look in the back of your car, sir? No. These are all samples, and then the HMRC will turn around and say, so you won't mind if I drill a hole in them all. Because I had that happen to my sanders once.
What, they drilled a hole in the sand?
Yeah, they've drilled holes in all the sanders.
Not being sellable. Bit mean, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, cheers. Thanks.
R. Schultz says, Andy, have you dusted off 3D printer recently? Would love for you to do some videos on using it for modelling additions and tools.
Yeah.
Fair.
How's my Mandalorian doing? Is he almost done yet?
See now,
See, look, he started that now. Just saying.
I'm doing a print for Phil that I'm well, actually I'm halfway through it, but I'm not.
You've been halfway through it since when? The beginning of the summer?
That July. Yeah, because we've also got one at the shop now, but we need to move the one at the shop. The problem is where Matt's on about moving it to, I can't get to, so at the moment.
Oh, is it going upstairs? With an extractor system in it?
Yeah, something like that.
It's actually going to go next door to my office here, into what would be the Leslie's storage at the minute when she moves out. It can go in there, out of the way, and then it can extract wherever it wants to go and smell and do what it. But it does, like we've said on previous, it stinks. It proper it's not straight away. It just builds up and builds up over the course of a few hours, and by then you just.
It don't go away, does it? The smell, it just
It gets in the back of your throat as well. It's one of them where you can just taste it as well. It's nasty. It's nasty stuff.
It's I mean, so I've got one at home and we've got one at the shop. We will get on to using them more. I mean, the reason why I got the one at the shop was because it was in a Amazon Prime Day I wanted, so it was like, yeah, it was the time to bite the bullet when it was cheap. Yeah. But yeah, we will sort of get onto them better. It's just fair. It's been busy, hasn't it?
Yes. No, it has
No
been
time to
busy.
do anything, and yeah. And I've had. Don't really want to bore everyone, but I've had issues. So, but like, yeah, not really felt like doing much in the way of
Working.
that working. I keep going to hospital and then they keep sending me home.
Yes.
Crap. But that's for another show. Jerry Anderson. Jerry. Yeah. Phil, are you using water on your mat for the decals or mixing a macro set?
No. It's just literally water. Just tap water.
You can't afford a bowl.
No. I can't afford one of those posh heat things that everyone else has. So I just have a squirty bottle. This is literally just tap water, but because it's at room temperature, it's not like cold water. And then I just, as you've probably seen, I squirt it down here and just lay my decal onto it. It's a little thing that I've been doing now for years. So I always used to have a bowl and everything else, but the thing is they roll up, and obviously sometimes they tend to float off on their own, especially when you get talking, like I do, clearly. And then you sort of lose out on it.
I've got one of them, a baby bottle warmer.
That's what I've got.
Which was Nathan's idea.
Yeah.
Because his child's a lot younger than mine, and when I had one of these,
They weren't invented. When...
we steam out. Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, you can set these things like set the temperature you want, and just like put your water in, and keeps it warm all the time, which is helpful when you're doing nickels. Because
do you know what? I don't think that was even a thing when I had mine. I don't think they actually had heating things like that kept them at the same temperature. They had warmers, but they didn't have them where it would hold the temperature and all the rest of it. I'm sure of it.
I can only ever remember
Using a pan of water.
boiling a pan of water and putting it in the boiling water for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
It's like testing it on your arm. I can't remember having a proper electric heater for it.
No, I don't.
Well, to fair,
just
we used
fix
to
yourself.
do what they tell you not to do and put it in the microwave, don't they?
Yeah, that's it. What, the child?
Hey, it turned out all right.
Yeah, that's it. He just gets worried when things go bing.
Yeah. Yeah, my lad's 18 now, so he's just had his A-level results and he passed them all, and he's off to University of Nottingham in September. Yay, get rid of him for 5 years. 5 years he's going there.
And then Michelle's got no one else but you to bug.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good point.
it's
Yeah.
going to be fun.
You're going to uni yourself now, aren't you? You've enjoyed it.
Yeah, you could be a mature student.
Do you know what I wish?
I think I could do that all again. God.
Isn't that what Andy's are supposed to do? Go to uni. It's in the name, surely. I'll run through these again. Jeff says, where am I? Got to go, guys. Great stream and work. Have a lovely weekend. Catch you Raw next week.
No problem.
The Effie Chipmunk has arrived today in a box 4 times the kit. Hey, what?
Was
In a
that from
box,
Airfix
four
or from us?
times the kit. Thanks, Phil. Is that from us? Yeah, it's fair. We sort of just go on standard box sizes that we have.
We buy postal boxes and you just go in there.
It doesn't cost us any less or more to post a certain size, so you know you can fit a couple of Edard size 48 kits in them. It's easy, and rather than mess around boxes,
Yes.
yeah, just chuck them in, bit of paper, and it's job done. The Woodhouse Goth enjoyed the weather video on Thursday. I do agree that building is a craft element and painting weathering is the art element of the hobby. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, short says Andy, we've all been there. Keep your head up. Wishing you all the best, mate. Muzzfuzz 57.
Muzzfuzz.
Muzzfuzz.
Good name.
Good name.
Muzzfuzz.
Do any of you guys have any info about a guy called Gary are making models again. Hasn't posted videos in ages. I would hate to think anything towards has happened to him. We spoke to him a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, he had problems and stopped doing the YouTube side of things, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke to him at Telford not last year, for quite a while.
Hopefully we'll speak to him this year.
Yeah,
Nice bloke.
yeah. No, he's still, well, as far as I know, he's still around. Neil says, Andy, don't get rid of them when they go to university, they come back and I tried paying him off yesterday to get rid of him for forever, but
Didn't work.
He'll be off the child line.
Andrew's just reminded me I'm looking for my Aircadex 3822. I wonder how many people still have theirs.
Neil says, sorry, Roger says, Neil, not if you change the locks or move to another town. Yeah, I could move like this. It's away.
That's what my parents did. My parents moved out whilst I was away.
That'd be great. Move to Doha.
Joe Joseph, hi guys, is Edard Eagles called Spitfire Mark 5 their own or Reeboks and another? It's their own. It's fair. Edard probably make the best 48 Spitfires out there and 109s.
Definitely the most involved builds.
Yeah, most detailed, yeah.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, it's definitely their own kit.
It's going to take longer to master the canopy than it is to build a full
Yeah. Well, Moslem moved back says here the trick with Tamiya and Haskell code is to use very little water as the adhesive reacts far better, and yep, it does the trick. Yeah, the problem is if you use too hot water, they tend to curl up a lot, and still Tamiya decals are still thick, no matter what you do with them. So
I think one of the things with decals is patience and time. Because again, I think, you know, sometimes if you leave them in the water too long, then obviously the stickiness side of it comes off, and that's when you get silvering problems, because they don't actually adhere and they don't stick down. But a lot of people say about Tamiya decals are really, really bad, and it's like they're not. They're just solid colour, which in some ways is good, but you can still get them down and all the rest of it. It just takes a lot of patience, you know. So some ones, I think, like classic example, you look at some of the thinner decals out there, like oh god, what's the Russian company? Does all the Russian stuff. Oh god, I can't think of their name. Linden Hill.
yeah,
Their decals were one of my favourites, always to use, because those things literally they just disappear when you put them down. They, you know, very little thing with carrier film and silvering and all the rest of it, because they just adhere to any type of surface. Thing is though, if you put them in too warm of water, they stretch. So you have to be a little bit careful with them on that front as well.
GHK364 says, used to consider my models as miniature museum, and museums don't usually have really weathered pieces. Yeah, problem with most museum stuff, it's all been repainted, hasn't it, from when they get them in, but yeah,
Personally,
I mean, again, it's everyone's taste, isn't it? You know how you want to do it.
Yes.
Yep. Horses for courses.
Kent says Phil release the hounds.
They're here, they are around. They have got a free run. I only got the door shut today. Everything's open, so I don't know where they are. They're pottering somewhere.
The Woodhouse Goss says my brother had one child get returned home after finishing uni prior to the second one moving out to go to uni, so a bit of a revolving door on that one. And he got one. Muzfuzz was my late wife's name or nickname. Oh, sorry about that. She used for me and would be approving of you liking my nickname. Lightning looks frightening.
Yeah, lightning.
Nice kits, the Airfix Lightnings, are they?
Yeah. To be honest, all the Airfix ones are really nice. Like this one's coming on quite nice now. Looking very much. coming together. And it is the thing with all lightnings, they look quite boring until you get the markings on them. Especially if you're doing the shiny ones.
Classic roundels, they look cool,
Yeah.
don't they?
Jeffrey Charles says,
With
I
it
got
day
my-
already. Jeez.
Hey, what's that?
I said we've hit midday already.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll just stick this glass couple on and then we're out of here if you want.
Jeffrey
Or we
Charles,
just keep going.
You lot can keep going now.
Yeah.
Just,
Vote now.
If you've got no better to do,
If you've got no homes to go to, we'll just keep
I'm just
going.
going to shoot off because I need to have a word with the wife.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Charles says, hi guys, I've got my 1148 Squadron Perth from the 1970s.
I think it's like 3822s, the air fit. When you were an air cadet, you got a logbook of all your stuff that you did. And if you flew in a chipmunk, they wrote the flight. It's like a logbook, put the
Oh.
serial number down. So a lot of people, I think, who've got chipmunks, they're going to go looking for their 3822s so they can do the exact markings that they flew in.
How any good video builds show how to weather the decals on a sandy bleached paint job?
I'd overspray them. Oils.
Yeah, I mean,
just paint black.
old school used to be build your model, weather it, and then use a very, very thin Tamiya buff. Spray the whole thing in Tamiya buff, then wreck it. Yeah, it's like it tied everything in there like a filter, but yeah, I mean there's loads online if you look around it. Yeah, especially depends if you're talking about aircraft or armour.
Yeah, but I'd be tempted to.
I always say, if you
All
want to
in
bleach
paint
in
shade.
something from that type of effect, I think the best way is whatever colour you've sprayed it in. So if you've used sand, thin that and just build up very light layers over the top of the decal with it. So you
Yeah.
sort of fade that in as you're fading the paintwork in. So if you're doing a sandstone colour and you want to fade it, obviously you add a bit of buff into it to fade it out even more, then use that to go over the decal as well. And that way it will fade in at the same rate as the paintwork around it, and it gives a nicer sort of look.
When will you be getting the 10-pack flooring model sanding sticks back in? Let me talk to my supplier.
Are you sold out of that lot you took back up with you?
Yeah, we never had the 10-packs in there, do because we didn't
Oh,
have
sorry,
this,
yeah, no. Okay, there is a reason for this. There was a manufacturing error with one of the sanders that goes into the 10-pack of sanders. So they were due in this week, but to be honest with you, they were due in last week. The material that we use on one of the layers, we don't keep it as a standard item. It has to come in. So we don't have that much of it, because to be honest, it's expensive. And they screwed it up during the manufacturing. So they've had to get another load in. And then they're going to be, obviously they'll be to me. I was expecting them, to be honest, this week, and normally they're pretty good. So I should think it'll be next week. It'll literally take a couple of days to get them packaged up, and I'll get some out to obviously PM and everything else. I have got literally 3 packs here. Hold on, door.
All's gone.
So yes, if you're in the UK, just if you go to the Flory Model store, I think I've got 3 in there. Will of Sherwood says, "Don't go. He's only just started watching."
That knows what makes right. Says I bought the new mask set from One Man Army. I don't know why I read that as One Mammary at first.
What memory?
One Man Army. The 32nd BF109G FW19A. One word amazing. Never heard of them. Were you, Matt?
Yeah, they're a new company that's out there.
They do mask sets, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, they're the
I bought
best.
that set.
Yeah,
I wish I had a mask set for this.
Tim said it's always the wife who's the real boss, Matt. Yeah, he just gone to see what time he can stay till. What time can I play till?
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? She's not even here.
Oh, she.
All right.
She's gone.
Because
Is that-
Lydia got dance class on a Saturday morning. So she's obviously gone. I didn't even see her leave because I must have had me head down painting. So, oh no, they've got things to do. They're not bothered about what I'm doing today.
My wife's going to Liverpool this morning, but she's still here.
Yeah.
You'll be going with her.
I'm not. I'm having a day off.
Nathan, do any of us look surprised? No.
Oh my god.
Andrew Lott says, I've said very disappointed with the decals of the 148 or decals, Revel F15. I just did very thin.
Yeah, they're quite old, those decals.
Yeah, Chris Brown says aircraft is doing for the sandy, deserty worn. The same thing applies, isn't it? You just go over whatever you've done your weathering in, just keep going over your decals and sort of like, and
You'll bed in your bed.
blend them in.
Thin coat paint.
Yeah, and GHK364 says that nowadays I'm doing weathering on my kits I build. Again, it's all just preference, isn't it? I don't weather as much as Matt weathers or Phil weathers, and I'll probably weather a bit more than Nathan weathers. It's just
I always have my little saying, which I say on all my shows, and that thing is that I like them used but not abused.
yeah.
And the thing is, like we were discussing the other night on the Thursday show, people like heavy weathering. You know, people want to see you weather it to an inch of its life and all the rest of it. So in some ways I have to do more weathering than I'd actually really like.
Yeah.
You know, if it was my choice, then I probably would do it in a certain, more conservative fashion with all my weathering. But, it's one of those ones.
I can remember building. My dad was building one of every aircraft he's ever flown in. Personally flown, and I built him was it the Fly Models Auster? Sure, it's by Fly Models. And it was a pig of a kit, horrible thing, but I made a real nice job of it, and I weathered it all up, and put it on the shelf next to all these others that he's built, which have got no weathering at all. And this Auster's like, all weathered and
So yours stood out.
yeah.
It's funny because from a commission point of view, when I used to do all my commissions, I used to say to people about weathering, it's very rare anybody wants weathering from that side of the business. So these are people who aren't modelers, don't forget. These are people who have them on their offices and stuff like that. And you say to them, do you want some weathering on it? And they always say no. Very rare anyone turns around and says, yeah, I want it to look like it's kicked in.
Yeah.
It's had a really hard life,
Stuart Holmes says that Flory Wash is in this month's Hormy magazine in an article on weathering cars.
Is it? Who's done that? Got to owe somebody else a drink.
Yeah.
And Musford says he's very weathered. Know the feeling.
Hey, aren't we all?
Yes.
I say like I'm a vintage car. I look fantastic on the outside, but knackered on the inside.
He's high
Full of
maintenance.
Hey, it's full of filler.
Yeah. Yeah. He's rotting from the inside out.
Neil says you probably have to over whether to be picked up by the camera. Yeah, I agree, because I've built some. I mean, I did a bow fighter that I did salt chipping on, and to my mind, when you look at it in real life, it looks fantastic. You can see all the little nuances of the salt chipping on it, and it looks really good. But on camera, you just can't see it. It just looks like a grey plane. But you have to take my word sometimes.
Thing is, when you're dealing with the camera as well, it's slightly skewed because, as I say, I have to make my weathering sometimes darker to be able to see it on camera. And the problem I've got at the moment, that this truck that I'm working on, it looks like it's been through a desert on camera, but the reality is it's not that strong. It's just because the whites are being picked up a lot stronger than other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, this little guy here, it looks like there. If I put it like that camera, it looks quite green, yeah? If I do this one, you see how white it goes?
Yeah.
Because the white's being picked up a lot more heavy on here, and it's a lot more weathered than actually it really is. It's not that bad. It's just for some reason the camera, because I've taken photos of it. We used all the photos, I put them up the other day. You don't look that bad, but for some reason it looks really, really white on here. The pigment has been really picked up quite heavily. So, but yes.
I've got a biscuit.
Got a biscuit.
Yeah.
Look out, comes an Isla. Everyone, look out. Grab your models, quick. Small person alert.
Lee says, oh, a 48th F Mark 1 Lightning. Phil's hands aren't that big.
You fix my
70
necklace.
seconds, that
I will
one.
fix your neck.
Yes, this is a
Let's
little
see,
baby
Nyla.
one.
You fix it, not yet.
Yeah, I'll fix it soon.
Here she
Okay.
is. Hello, Isla.
Where are
say-
you going,
Ma-
Isla?
Right,
Nathan,
oh,
can I just say, she doesn't look very ready to go to,
1, 2,
Yeah.
5.
Where are you going?
That's a moon.
Is it a moon?
You have to go 1, 2, 5.
Where are you going?
Live
What train station are you going to?
Magle North.
Maggle North. And where do you get off?
Fraggle Rock.
Huh?
Person.
What are you going to buy in Liverpool?
Where's the airplane?
What are you going to buy?
Where's the airplane?
It's here. Just fixing it, look.
I want to fix that plane.
Okay.
shall they
You
get
ready
mine
to go
in?
to Liverpool?
I want to fix the boat.
You got a boat?
Yeah. I got one about that. Yeah.
You have to buy a boat in Liverpool, won't you?
What's that?
Probably more aeroplanes either.
You bring them my home.
Okay.
You can come my home later.
There you go, there's your invite. Are you going to have a nice day in Liverpool? What's the river called in Liverpool? Can you remember? Not called. What's the river in Liverpool called? Mersey.
Maybe.
That's right. You're going to see
Get
the
the
river.
accent. You're in trouble.
You've got the accent, haven't
You're
you?
going to have to move.
You're going to say goodbye.
Bye.
it ain't that.
Bye.
See you later, Island. Oh,
You can't come.
I'll come later.
She's going to
Yeah,
sound
I'll
like
get
a
mine.
proper scouser at this rate.
I'll not get my child and sit him on mini.
Yeah, go on. Get Sam in.
Probably still asleep.
Simon,
Have a nice day,
what's
Isla.
that?
Nice is that.
Oh, no, he's not, he's here.
Bye bye.
Saw his bearded face poke round the corner.
Bye.
Like most on Motorbike, it says, I see pink is the new surface primer grey. Mr. Hobby's new primer out in 1500. I did see a build review of a guy using the pink primer as a primer for red.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and it looked quite good.
Why?
There's certain words with the accent come out on either, isn't there?
It does.
Mersey.
The only problem with us getting pink primer is in there's no space on our paint rack for it, and that's a bit.
We have got pink primer. That new Gen 3 stuff got that pinky red colour in it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, this is proper pink.
You just met pink, can't you? Bit of red and white, job done.
Yeah, well, you have to mess around then. Who likes to mess around?
Fun.
Andrew Loft says, no weather models until I started watching you guys and others. You could have just done with you guys, not had the others on. Just started last year doing it, adds character, it does.
Oh.
Weathering brings the kit to life and adds other dimension. Pulp head. Quick question: any tips on things to watch out for when using Surface 1000? Is Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinner? Is Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinner? It's okay to use with Tamiya and Vallejo. And are any paints it doesn't like? If you're using Mr. Surface 1000, make sure you thin it quite well, because otherwise, if you spray it, sometimes you can get it cobwebby. Comes out your airbrush. Don't have the airbrush too high and thin it quite well. Mr. Hobby leveling thinner. You can use it with Tamiya. Both Tamiyas, either the lacquer or the acrylic one, but you can't use it with Vallejo. It'll turn Vallejo. Well, no, I'll say you can't, but you can. You can't.
Only if you
You
over
can.
thin it.
But you can't if you can. Yeah, you just easier not to use it with Vallejo, because it doesn't work as easy as it should do, as you think it will. But yeah, you definitely use it with Tamiya. Any paint it doesn't work with, it doesn't like. Yeah, it doesn't like true acrylics. So yeah, again, Vallejo, Aquacolor,
Extra acrylics, things like that.
extra acrylics, yeah, those sort of things. Any true acrylics, it doesn't like. And the synthetic acrylics, like we mentioned before, if we've got a flame symbol on them, they're usually alcohol based. It works fine with them.
Yarp.
What's this? Let's not into chat about big worn ends.
Hey, what?
No. Dunno.
What?
What?
Who's got a big worn end?
Oh. His big end's worn out.
Lee says, don't know why people have problems with 30-second distillery kits. Yes, they have the fit issues, and the panel lines are quite deep. So that's two reasons why people have problems with them. But I still think that the Italeri did a great job with them. Yeah, I mean, Italeri F4.
Yeah, if you're looking at their new stuff, like their F-35, if you're looking at their Starfighters and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and obviously I know everyone sort of bashed a little bit the Tornado, but, you know.
It's still better than the Rebel one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, as you say, it's a big lot of plastic in there. You've got lots of details which you never had with their early stuff, you know?
Yeah. My Moser Motorbike says, Pub Ed, use Mr. Rapid Thinner and you're more than good to go. Rapid Thinner and Leather Thinners are pretty much you got the same, except one's got a slight retarder in it.
To be honest, I still don't think I can now tell the difference.
One's got a red label and one's got a yellow label.
Yeah, one's in a pinky bottle, one isn't. That's literally as much as I can tell these days.
I think one's probably just a hotter product, isn't it, Matt?
Just one, like I say, one's got a retarder in it. So.
Yeah.
I've been using rapid thinners exclusively now. Not a
Yeah,
problem.
I must admit I am now. I'm pretty much just literally just whacking that on.
Oh, Lee said it's not an F1 Lightning, silly me, isn't it? I take your word for it. All I know is one has a bigger belly than the other one. It's got longer trunking on the side of it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Don't one have a Kirby top on the fin as well, and one's flat. And obviously,
Yeah.
and the guns, one just has 2 guns, one has 4 in it. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Leading edge of the wings are different.
Oh, there you go.
Andrew says cuteness over there, Nathan, and Paul
Yeah.
says adorable.
And there goes the credit card to Liverpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuteness is a trap.
None of them are cute or adorable when they're thrown up everywhere or it's coming out the other end either. All the time. Interesting, Matt. Is anyone doing any modelling? No. No. They're all doing modelling apart from me.
But I'm not doing any talking.
Well, That's all right. I'm almost there. I've got one decal to go on, and then I'm calling it quits.
I was waiting for a bit to dry and I started asking questions and then got stuck.
Yeah.
Can you guys build this 1 2 trumpeter lightning F1 F2?
I just came up with it a long time. I don't know if I gave Nath. Did I give it you in the end?
Yeah,
I think I did give it to Nathan in the end. It's not a bad kit. It's not a bad kit at all. It's not ear fixed, but it's all right.
it's a bit long. It feels nice. It's just, the jet pipes look weird.
Yeah, it's usual accuracy thing in it, but it's
Feels alright.
at the time before the ear fixed one, it was the best option you could get. So
Yeah.
you know, it's a bit like the 32nd one, isn't it? That's the problem. That's it, isn't it? I think, or a vac form one or something.
I was going to say unless you're vac form, but yeah, generally.
Is it Echelon? Is it someone that used to do one, but they're well out of business. So.
Representative and things.
Yeah. Lee said Phil mentioned to airfix a lot to make new tool Vulcan, and they did. Maybe you can do that with the 32nd S2 Buccaneer and the Lightning F6. Airfix will never make a 32nd. It's not their scale, is it?
No. Also, don't forget, that was 20 years of badgering them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect any miracles overnight. It's not like they listen to me.
Saying that, until recently, 135th was never their scale either, was it? So.
Still in, by the looks of that Cromwell. Just saying. Just saying.
Let it go.
No,
Just because it's got the odd problem.
Matt, we've got lots to sell. Stop pissing it.
Yeah, well, we've got a warehouse full.
No one can't get rid of them.
yeah, it's cheap. Talking of cheap, got special offers on.
Yeah.
I know Phil mentioned it, but hey, it's Saturday, we might have a new audience.
Yeah, we have special offers on Peer Models, peermodels.co.uk.
Get on there.
Hold
Keep
on.
handing the lifestyle.
You can have the advert. Look, commercial break time.
There you go.
Allow me to spend 1,400 quid on a graphics card for my son's computer. God's sake.
I'll take it back. Isla's cheap.
Yeah, but I've nearly got rid of mine.
Yeah, it's still
You
going to cost
think?
you. It's
Seriously,
still going to
you
cost you
think?
money.
The only thing I can't figure out is where is the Victor tanker gone?
It weren't the Victor Tanky Pulp, I deleted it. You put the actual proper bomber version up.
Oh, right. That's why it's not there. Did you delete it then?
I deleted
What,
it.
the tanker's still there? The Vulcan?
No, we got the Victor tanker, but the picture in the description was the wrong one. It was just the normal Victor, so I deleted it.
Oh, right, okay.
You know what happened? We'd sell it, so we go, that's not what's on the picture.
I was searching around for it there. I thought I put it in the wrong place. Or...
I spotted it and deleted it. I was messing about with Great Wall Lobby stuff, to be honest.
That's been wrong for ages then.
Yeah, it has. Good job we didn't sell it.
Mm.
But yours.
Yes. So don't forget, you go to the Flory Model site, and obviously you've got all the vlogs for all this week. They're all down in here as well. So if you want to catch up with everything that we do right the way through, forever, literally, they're always in there. Review section. Obviously, I've got to put the categories back in and all the rest of it because I haven't done that for a while. I haven't had time. But obviously, this week's done, obviously, by Nathan and Matt, these three, and all your others down in here as well. Okay, so that's all down in there. And then obviously, we've got the store for the UK. Obviously, you can use this store, no problem at all, and everything's in there. Apart from we are out of stock, that's the ones we're talking about. Hopefully, they'll be in this week. Trust me, it's just there was a cock up, so they're redoing it. So there's that, and then obviously you can go through serious hobbies if you're in the EU. Obviously there are, oh no, they're on holiday. I didn't know this, so sorry, they're on holiday to the 16th. So, but they normally are around, okay? So you get
Who's
your
on
stuff
holiday?
in there. Serious hobbies,
models.
sorry, serious models are on holiday. I didn't realise they were, but if you're in the EU, and you want to obviously not have all the problem with taxes and delivery charges and all things like that, obviously they're our official distributor inside the EU, so you can get all your bits and pieces from them in there. High altitude hobbies if you're in North America,
He's on holiday.
Oh, which he's on Ollie. I think he's off to. I think he's soon, isn't he?
No, he's off to the
It's
Nationals,
Vegas.
isn't he,
So
Brett?
he's off to Vegas as well, down for the Nationals any minute as well. But they've got all the stuff in there, so you just literally hit these links and it'll take you off. Or as I say, PM models there here. You can just click in there, and obviously it's all in down in there. And then obviously with the PM models, just go to the store, and then obviously you've got the new arrivals section. That's down in there. So Chipmunk's down in there. We're out of Vulcans now.
Yeah, they're coming back in next week. Also,
Come on.
what I put up is the new Fokker DR1s and the GT40s from Meng.
Right. Nicey. And then obviously we got the specials, as we were saying, they're just down in here. So you can get all your bits and pieces just down in like that.
Cool. Right.
Other styles are available, of course, but they're not as good.
Just quickly run through a few more questions while we're.
Hurry up. I won't be long.
Um,
What? You can do that. I've got to do my Super 6, so I'm not going to miss it.
oh God.
Jesus, he's on to that season again, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Have
here
any
we
of
go.
you done a model of the Amarag F16? If so, any tips on how to go with the detail in and what scale ideas?
The what? Who's F16?
Amarag, M-A-A-R-G.
Oh, I don't think I know
Who?
that one.
Heard of them?
No.
The new one on, mate.
Oh, is it an Italian one?
Yes, I don't know that kit. I must admit, I've never built that one.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Shiny. Whoop, almost dropped it.
Storage facility.
Hey, what?
Amarag is typically responsible for storage and maintenance of over 4,000 aircraft. And aren't these ones in
Oh, sorry, you're on about the. Sorry, that's the actual staging area in Arizona. Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought you was on about a kit.
where they put the white?
Yeah,
Well, string wrap them.
cling film.
Yeah.
Clean film.
No, I haven't, but it's great if you broke your canopy.
Yeah.
You can just literally stick a tarp on it. You can do it that way, and literally quite a nice little tip for that is if you can buy thin plastic that's sticky, and then you can heat it up as well, and it'll shrink to your model. Which is, I've seen other people do it for sci-fi type stuff. So it's basically like shrink wrapping. You can do that, and that I've often thought if you was to do it, and you had like an old Buster or something, it'd be a great way you could actually just put that all over it in all the panels, and then just hit it with a heat source. Doesn't have to be that hot, and it'll all melt to it and stick to it and go sort of shrink into it.
Yeah. John Owen says, Phil been watching Hot Fuzz, question mark.
Hey, Hot Fuzz.
He's
That
always
was filmed just up the road from here.
Okay.
And to be honest, some friends of mine, their kids are in it as extras.
What are they, the youth?
They're the youths, yeah.
Mark says, Phil, have you Nathan, are you from the People's Republic of Scouse? He's
I'm not
from-
originally. But I live. Well, 10 miles and I'm in Liverpool.
It's not far away, are you?
No.
You can hear the gunfire from there.
Hey, you were born in the People's Republic of Yorkshire, weren't you?
I was. So that, according to a Scouser, would make us all a wool.
A what?
A what?
A Scouser is called anyone who's not from Liverpool a wool.
Oh,
A wool?
Yeah, as in sheep.
Oh,
Farms.
hold on.
Here we go.
always go back for if you could see more than Matt's hips moving around.
He starts dancing.
Latmo's on Metro seeming of a new 135th Cheetah Mark 10 set release very soon. It does look very, very nice, but then Tacken one was very, very nice.
I did the Tacken one, wasn't it?
You did Tacken one, yeah. So it's very sort of like, Yeah, it's not there's not one out there of that marking in those markings, but it does look very nice, and yeah, depending on price, doesn't it?
Yes.
Pullbed says, thanks, Andy. Cole says, and before I put my glasses down, it looked like a wool. My chipmunk has arrived. It actually says woo, exclamation mark. My chipmunk has arrived. Just arrived. Cool. Hope you enjoy it. I do
Nice.
fancy doing those myself. Great suggestions for the Buccaneer and Lightning. Totally agree. Could someone tell me why? Will Shaw says, could someone tell me why I thought a 1/700th destroyer was a good place to start my dabblings with photo etch?
Oh, I feel your pain for that one. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
It's all right if you're just talking some rails, maybe, but I think that's as far as I'd ever want to go in 700 scale.
Yeah. Yeah. Lee says that lightning looks good, Phil. Just good.
It
I
is.
think it looks fantastic.
Yes. Oh, thank you. He's all right. Get it on his gear. Next week, what I'll do is between us and next time we're on, I'll give it a quick whiz round, and then because we're going to have to put some wash onto it. But there's so many decals on this, I don't trust them to bed down totally. So I might end up having to put a gloss coat over that, which will kill its finish a bit, but never mind.
Amrag is the boneyard canopy. We'll figure that one out. And then John says, would plumber's tape work? So no, that's not a bad call, you know.
I don't know if it would stay, because what you don't want it to do is shrink and sort of curl in, because it's still straight edged.
Couldn't you do it with PVA and then just stick it to the PVA? And
Yeah, but plumber's tape, it is, I've often thought of that as well, because I've got a roll behind me as well, because plumber's tape is literally what it looks like in scale.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice and thin enough to do it as well. Because I've seen people do it where they literally just paint the panels. You know, they'll literally fill it, so they'll put it on, put a skim of filler over it, and then paint the filler, and it looks fantastic. But it's one of those things.
worth trying, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Phil, what's the trick again with the Molotov liquid chrome? I have 30mm left. Regard using thinning.
Yeah, so lacquer thinners, decant a bit, especially if it's gone gritty. So I used to have a bottle, but I've thrown it away because I used the top of it and it was like an empty black bottle, so I thought we'll bin it off. But my pen, for instance, for some reason has gone quite gritty now. So when you put it down, it looks like, you know, speckly and not smooth. But if you put just a drop of lacquer thinners into it, it goes back to being how it should do. And you're good to go. And you can thin it as well anyway, so you don't have to use it neat. You can just put it thin coat and do it that way. But you'll find if you've got one and it's gone a bit gritty, especially the pens, then just put a couple of blobs into, you know, onto the back of a bottle, something like that. That's what I tend to do, just in there. Put a drop of thinners on there and then mix it together and it will go like chrome again and you're good to go. Yes.
Lee says the flooring model of jukebox. Ha ha ha! That's Matt's ringtone that probably demonetized.
Probably. Yeah. Chris is just saying that they weren't shiny anyway, these ones. Well, that's what I was sort of hoping for. That's a good reply, so I don't have to worry. But obviously this will get a wash. I'm not going to go massively overboard with it. But no, it's come out all right. I'm very happy with it, actually. Considering this is literally sat in my cupboard for 4 or 5 years. So, done all right.
Adam Johnson says former pilot Ian Black, sorry.
Yeah.
They just bought a T5 Lightning train and restoring it for a Lightning visitor exhibit at the former home RAF Binbrook.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Cool. Squadron leader Brooks made an interview in that one. Ian Black bought that one.
Yeah, because he's the guy who does the books, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, right. New Lightning book due this September by Black.
Yeah, he's done another couple of them. They're great, what I call coffee table books, because the photos are absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I think I've got one of them,
Yeah.
Maybe I should get that one. I only have the first book. Yeah, that's Rails. Hang on. Rails and the Odd Ladder, non-stop one. Oh, on the ship, yes, can imagine.
Yes, no, definitely not fun.
And that moves on most bike. Appreciate that, Phil. Thank you.
That's all right. Very good. Right, do we want to show our wares then, kids? Have you not fixed that yet, Nathan?
Just fixed it now. I'll be ready when she comes back from Liverpool. I forgot this morning I was supposed to do it. But...
Well, look, whilst you guys are finishing up, I'll show you. Oh, wrong one. I'll show you where we're to. Where we're to? God, I'm sounding positively local. Right. So here we are. This is it. He's looking a bit shiny. I must admit, the decals, I thought they were quite flat, but as pointed out, they're not too bad at all. You can see them on here. See the little squares, and I think we'll kill that off by giving it a coat or something. But no, we're all on, looking very much the part now. So yeah. And to be honest, like we said, for anybody who wants mojo builders, these are absolutely fantastic. They're really, really nice, because they go together pretty much with no problem at all. And at the end of the day, it's just one of those ones where you spend a little bit of time, just a little bit of finesse here and there, and you end up with something quite nice at the end of it. So happy with that. Good jobs. That's me. Who else is up? Show us your wares then.
There you go.
Back a bit.
God, I can't get in. I can never get in my camera. So there you go.
There, stick around behind it.
I'll tell you what, you're not really going to see it, are you?
Down a bit, just down a little bit. There you go.
Did you
Got
see
him.
any of that?
Yeah, he's alright, he's alright. You can see him. Is he giving a thumbs up? He's like, yeah.
So he's got holding a bottle of beer.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, right, okay, got you.
Or whatever I can put in his hand that will grip.
Yes.
So there you go. So that's what 2.5 hours of my life was until that shows just how long it takes to do a figure. And he's nowhere near finished. So I've done that one. I've kind of based the pig up as well.
All right. Oh, yeah. Back a bit.
Pig.
Pinky pig. He's looking all right.
And then, like, started on the face on the other one. These are going to be a bit harder to paint because the details are soft, shall we say.
Yes.
But, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Very nice. Very good.
Quite enjoyable.
Very good. Nate, how are you doing? That's come together quick.
Yeah, I mean, slowed down a lot because I haven't got a mast set, so the canopy's half mast.
Right.
Done all the... But yeah, it's nice.
Very
The
good.
other thing I'd do is, when you're building it, take away some of the attachment points for the snap fit bits because it just doesn't need them.
Yeah.
But yeah, one modelling session, it's got to take care of the seams, but it's pretty much ready for paint.
Very nice. To
Lovely
be honest,
little
you saying that reminds me, when I did that, was it the Meng did the P51 as a snap kit? Was it Meng?
Yes, I think it
Remember I
was.
did
Yeah.
it? A couple of years
Yeah.
ago now, I did that as a live build as well, and that was the same thing. Because it comes with like larger attachment points, it just was too clunky to get together. But if you cut them all off, it went together beautifully. Is what I was saying. They do it as a glueless kit, but if you do it with glue, it's beautiful. Really, really nice.
So even though it's not eligible for the SIG, I think I'm going to do it in the
Nice.
Soviet markings.
Yep.
Just as a warm up for the SIG, I think I might carry on with this after the.
So
after
whilst
then.
we're talking of that, just a quick conversation point. They called it Lend Lease, didn't they, for that particular unit? You know, would you want one back? If you're
No.
lending it to them, would you really want it back after it's been, you know?
Been through the Soviet.
I think they should just have called it You Can Have It.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do these markings just as a warm up for the SIG next month.
Nice. Very nice
Didn't we-
indeed.
Didn't we charge them for whatever we didn't get back?
Is that how it worked?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did it work?
Few rubles.
probably not.
Is that like us with Iran? But we won't
Hey,
talk
that's
about
my
that.
camera. I just realised that's my camera. Right, so I've finished off this bit
Yes.
that goes into.
Is that the mountain thing for the
This is
That's
this
it.
is all part of the
gun
the
system?
gun system.
Mhm.
Then I've done the other side, which I did that bit and cleaned that up. I did that bit the other day and cleaned up today. I put that one together today, and so I've had to put some this Surfacer 1000
Yeah.
on the seams. To fair, you'll never see it, but it's just one of them things you know it's there. So just Mr. Surfacer 1000 on them. I clean it up once it's dry, and then that goes on to the other side.
Nice.
Something like not like that to make up the other side, and then it'll be all onto the guns. But I said there's 12 pages of instructions just to build this gun system up. So it may take me a while.
Be cool. Very,
Can I
very
just
nice.
answer a question Mark has put in? He says, Andy, I know the answer, but no swastikas in my Buckwolf 190 question mark. Don't get them out of tune. Now, a lot of manufacturers don't put in swastikas in kits anymore. Some will do, but they're in separate pieces. They have to stick them together. As we all are members and part of the Luftwaffe SIG, we build lots of stuff for displays and stuff. So generally, we buy aftermarket decor sheets with swastikas on with different sizes. You'll notice when Phil's doing a build of a German aircraft, he won't put the swastikas on until after he's done his final photos.
Yes.
Just to not.
So if you see mine afterwards, I put my swat stickers on afterwards. But because of filming and because it's still, you know, as I say, personally, I think they should be on. Its history and all the rest of it from it point of view. But because of obviously certain rules and regulations around the world, it's not worth the hassle. So I tend to build my videos. You won't see them on them, and then obviously for the reveal photos, they don't have them on them. But it's just something that I've done for 20 odd years now. But I do put them on afterwards. For hysterical correctness.
Yeah. And there's a lot of politics behind it. I mean, we've had discussions. I mean, Nathan's like the head honcho of the Luftwaffe SIG on Facebook, and there's been discussions on there in the past, haven't there, about them and what have you, and we've had discussions about it. I know some Facebook pages are Airfix modelling page won't allow them at all, and they kick them off, don't they?
Yeah, I see people keep saying they've had their pictures blocked off Facebook from it, but I've never had a problem.
No.
But the reason is model kits under the industry codes are classed as toys. And that's why they're not on.
Yeah.
It's a banned symbol in Germany, but it's not that. You can buy a book in Germany with them in, but you can't buy toys with them in. That's the reason why.
And Wayne says, why don't Airfix make plane stands anymore? They do. That's the problem. But they'll sell them separately apart from the kit.
Yeah, so does, what's the one I had the other week? Where is it? I don't know what I put it now. I bought a set of stands. Was it ICM did them?
Yeah.
They're rubbish. Don't buy them. They are awful. They're cheap, too small. It's alright if you're displaying 144. Because they are tiny, tiny. I don't think you're putting anything big on them at all, but...
And Lee says, is that the artillery Wessex up there? Definitely not.
What about Matt? No, that's
Yeah.
my fly, the big one. That's the 32nd one.
30, is it 32nd, 35th?
32nd, that one.
30 something.
Yeah, it's again stupid scale. 32nd. It's a helicopter. It should be 35th. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yes, but no, the people are asking what this kit is. This is the F2A version. I can't do it. It will fall out. Hold on. It's that one. That's what I was showing earlier. That's this kit that I'm doing here, which is very nice as well. So you can do it in the green. Or,
Is that one still available, Matt?
No, all their lightnings are discontinued. The only one you can get, which we've got, I think one of, is like the starter set of that. The F6 and the F2A are now discontinued in all scales from the Airfix catalogue.
God, and I've just built it. I could have saved it and flogged it.
You could fetch in a
Become a
lot of money, probably.
scalper.
They'll be out again in a couple of years.
Give it a couple of years. Yeah.
Yes.
Got
Cool.
to be.
Very good. Anyway, that will do us then for today, because people see and eat and food and whatever. I'll be carrying on working. I've got to finish off my gun today. That's my plan. So I'll be doing this thing as part of the build video, which is, yeah. I'm not building another one of them, but just say that way. It's fought me. I've had more trouble putting that together than I have done the entire build. And in theory, I think it's going to take longer. I've been working on it for 4 days just to do that. It's horrible. Nothing lines up, nothing fits, and the instructions are just like, it goes together. Doesn't show you where, how, exactly any point. It's just, it goes together. Brilliant. Thanks, trumpeter. Anyway.
Yeah. Is it
Anyway.
12 o'clock yet?
It is
Might
now
be.
we've almost gone 3/4 of an hour over the top. We'll get told off. It's okay. We'll be all right. Anyway, that'll do us for today. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time anyway for another Saturday live show somewhere down the road. And say we've got Flory Fest coming up, was a big one. We've got the turkey shoot after that, and all the other big things as well that we do live with the live shows. Next part, obviously, the Euro Truck will be up with for members. That'll be up for you on Monday. I'll pop that up during the day. I've got Kev coming up as well, so that's Monday afternoon. Our very own Mr. Kev Smith.
Could have had his dioramas back.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, he's coming up to get his book, I think, which I've only had for like 2.5 years.
And his Kettenrad.
And his Kettenrad as well.
Yeah, Kettenrad,
so anyway, so he's going to pop up and see me on Saturday, on Monday afternoon as well. So that'll be good. And then again, I'll be back with you on Tuesday for Tall Tuesday show, and then obviously we'll be back with you for the PM show on Wednesday. Then we've got the live show on Thursday. I've got all those reviews to do, so I'll sort them out early part of next week. And then obviously the next part of the Vulcan will be up with you on Friday, and then we'll be going again and again and again. So that's what we do. Anyway, lovely to see you all. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you all again very, very soon. So goodbye, gentlemen. We're out of here. Wait, bye. We use it as a screenshot. Bye.